Oof. Terribly sorry for the very late start. I'm still not over my 1 week of vacation and how it screwed up my my time
Mm.
schedule. I'm waking up at 10:15 in the morning and trying to get everything done before the game, and it's not working out for me. So I did update all of your crew. I also put placeholders in for the zeros, which are not getting names immediately. I also put placeholders in for your medic 1, and your technician 1, who will get a name and a face because they're special. Um, However, they don't have one yet. And I created a subfolder for your My Grandfather's Axe crew and moved your the crew that you moved there onto into that subfolder.
All right.
You
Cool.
now have a lot of guards on the Raza, and I think I counted 6 crew. Yes, 6 crew. Only one of which is a crew 0.
Lamens and Paul.
And
Mm.
so, how long are you planning to put Carissa down? Keeping in mind that you can change your mind at any point uh, up until that time has passed.
Oh, I believe it would be 22 days.
Okay. So you're gonna go for her entire time with Mercure Core.
Yeah.
All right. Taking her right back to her graduation from high school.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. After that, we
Okay,
just
why
put her
am
out
I
of her
old?
fucking misery.
Why am I old?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
the Crypt Keeper!
uh. mm. Hmm.
And we'll say that this actually this all happened on the 7th, so never mind. So 6 7 plus 22. I'll figure that out later. Oh, that's 29. That's easy. Math works like that. All right, you're still in the middle of resetting the props, of scrubbing the props. So you've got until the 14th that you'll need to be doing that. In the meantime, Zoe was going to look into some trade options. You can ignore the other things if you want. They're just basically presented as this is also what the Swarm has available for sale if you want to buy anything else.
Right. I completely forgot that you posted the thing. I'm gonna go read it now.
Is that in discussion or player planning or what?
It's in discussion.
Discussion. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's um it was added to everyone, so it's a nice yellowish highlight.
Yeah. I saw that it was added, and I was like, "Yep, I'll read that later." And I completely fucking forgot.
And now it's later.
Now it's later, so here I am reading it. Yes, quite.
Well,
Just like promised.
while Arch is reading that, you guys have a week to do various things that are not requiring your full attention. Even Nemesis and Zoe. Um, Zoe's time is a little bit more scarce because she is both helping Nemesis with the props and trying to trade. But
I'm sorry. What's going on with this week thing?
this week is you scrubbing the Corvette to remove the
Mm,
various designations of ownership and replacing them with your own.
okay.
This is you re-owning or owning the ship.
So, do I need to make these rolls even if I'm not going to buy them, just to
Nah,
find out what the price is?
nah. If you don't
Okay.
have any interest in buying them, then we don't need to have you roll them.
Okay.
The only reason that I said to just roll them anyways over the week was so that we would you'd have that extra time to decide. Oh well, yeah, I got a 10% on this one. Definitely gonna buy that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Okay. And then did you say that you came up with what the places we were going needed?
I realized that I already had that. I've put in the modifiers for all the locations that have trade possible.
Mhm.
They don't all have a list of goods that they offer, but they at
Mhm.
least all have the pluses, which is what you're looking for. So,
Yeah.
um, if you wanted to buy drugs, you'd look for places that have plus to luxury and biotech.
Wouldn't if I was buying drugs, wouldn't I want to find places where that's a minus, so they're cheaper?
Yeah, you'd want. So if you're buying drugs here, where they do have a minus, and you're looking for
Yeah.
somewhere to sell them.
Right. Okay, I guess what I'm asking is, when it says luxury, does that mean that this place has a bonus to buying or bonus to selling?
This place.
I think that just means good type.
That is, yeah.
Well, yeah, but each place has which good type they're specialized in. Does that mean it's better to buy there or sell there?
This place does not have a bonus or a minus for luxury or biotech. It only has pluses for astronautic and military. But because this place is special, it has a -1 for each of those rolled things. So it has a -1 for drugs and a -1 for small arms.
Right. Okay. I don't. I'll just roll the dice and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. 3d6. I'm just gonna go down the list. So first one, second one, third one. Okie dokie. So plus or -3, -4, -3 makes it 5. Wow, I'm blanking. Jesus Christ. 8, 5, 8, and 5.
Okay.
So the drugs are unusually expensive, but the parts and arms are pretty cheap.
Shouldn't the 12 there be a 7 as the drugs? Because it's the -1 and the
-4?
+1 cancel each other out, and then you've just got a -5.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you're right.
If it makes you feel any better, I thought that was a -4 for the longest time also, and I was like, that's impossible that it's only 1 point difference when the modifiers are 2 points different.
Yeah, well,
Okay. So
you do what you
yes.
can.
um the 5 gets you a -50% price modifier. So you'll be able to buy up to 50 tons of spare parts at
Mhm.
5,000 credits per ton.
Okie dokie.
Let me
And
actually.
it's 200 spare parts per ton.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Parts. Oh.
I think we're gonna end up getting all these parts.
I mean, yeah, I'd just say
Buy them
buy all the
all.
just buy all the parts. We'll have use for them.
Okay.
And then I don't know. Do we need small arms for the armory? I don't think we do,
No,
right? That's still
we're
taken
completely
care
good
of.
on the armory.
Yeah. Okay.
7 is -30%. And what'd you get on that last one?
8. Same thing as the first one.
but with a different modifier.
No, the modifier's the same, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, modifier's the same. It's the exact same roll as the first one.
Yes.
Just
minus.
half as much.
Yep. There you go. Let's get the cost for the drugs there. 50,000 minus 30%.
My grandfather's axe have storage space? It does, right?
Had
You
20
filled
tons.
13 tons of it with
Oh yeah, that's right.
Agrabot, so it's got 7 tons left.
Guess who's getting some guns? Not sending him drugs. They got enough problems.
Yeah, I'd just say buy them like maybe just a couple tons of the small arms, and then they can go arm the colony if you want.
Yeah.
There you go. The drugs are
I'll actually
35,000 per unit.
I'll buy the guns myself since I think I'm the only one who really gives a shit about the colony.
Cool. What's the plan of, beefing them up?
Yeah. I mean, just give them some to help them protect themselves, you know?
Mm.
Also note that compact means that each unit is only 1/10 of a ton, so
Oh, yeah, shit.
those
How many
30
people
units
were
of
there?
drugs are 3 tons.
Yeah, yeah. How many people were in the colony? It was like a couple hundred, right?
No, it was a couple dozen.
Oh, well, shit, then just buy them 1 ton of guns.
um,
It's
yeah,
still,
I don't remember it being more than a few dozen at most.
Okay.
I mean, I think a ton of guns is gracious plenty for that many.
Well, I figure it's actually like a half or like a quarter ton of guns
I think
and
it
like
actually might have been
3/4
around
ton of.
100 decks.
Yeah, I
Was it?
thought it was around 100 because
Okay.
it was a city. It had, well, not city, but it had multiple buildings.
Oh,
I don't know. It
And then
felt like it was good size.
there were a few dozen slaves we freed there, or ordered freed. So I think I think it's around 100.
right, son. Let's see. Oh, hey, how about that? So Dry Sun has 10 homesteaders, those are the rich people, 145 tenants, and 78 slaves. That was before you got there.
Now it
Okay.
has no land or landsteaders.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Now
it's got around 200 people.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'd say buy maybe like
I feel like
5
I'm
for
gonna
each.
buy these guns and we're gonna go back and there's gonna be like fewer and fewer people each time we get there.
Yeah, that wouldn't be surprising. But yeah, buy a couple tons then.
Yeah.
Um, Dex, I'm pondering something. I'm realizing like the details we know about the actual admin is site that we're trying to go to that might have our
Infodrive.
infodrive, yeah.
Mhm.
Like we don't really know any of the details about that place, do we?
Not really. And not that I want to give you any reason to say you're not going to go there, but I don't think that there's been any uh, any suggestion that there's information about the infodrive there.
You're the one who suggested that repeatedly.
I don't.
And
I'd
what's
like
her
it.
and what's her name? The fucking um
Carissa?
satellite
Oh,
April.
yeah.
April.
April from the satellite told. Yeah, I could have sworn that was a lot of stuff that was pointing towards the infodrive being there
Yeah.
and being studied there.
I would be really hesitant to agree to that. I know what's there. And
Obviously, you're the TM.
Well, yeah.
well, no,
But
let me rephrase that because that sounded a little bit rough. I've known what Admin's site is about since I first basically designed that, and it's not the kind of location that would have the infra drive. I'm telling you
All
this
right.
obviously out of character. So
Could have sworn Chris,
any hinting that occurred as to the infra drive being there, I don't think I did. I definitely didn't do it intentionally. And with April, I remember when I was trying to coach Danielle, it was more coaching just basically uh, to let them know that something is going on with Mercure. They've that these transmissions have been detected at a place that's different from the actual known admin's site location, and that it's an opportunity to score one against Mercure.
so we knew. So Drew.
Okay, fine.
Mid-
I guess. All
So we
right.
knew it was sold to the Mercure Core. Mercure Core presumably has the infra drive.
If there was any confusion on that part, I apologize, but I'll clear it up now. Neither
So-
I nor April should have implied anything about the infra drive at admin's site.
So well, here's I guess I think I see because I'm looking through the recaps here.
Mm-hmm.
So so April had expressed an interest in the infra drive,
Yes.
and it gave us that lead basically at the same time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, which made us draw a line
Very
between them.
strongly
Yeah.
suggested to us.
Although, I mean, the way April is, I feel like she was so obtuse that it was
Okay.
like, I don't know. I
Well,
felt like we had to fill it a lot, so I'm not
Well,
surprised.
all
I
right.
also
So
gave
basically,
her-
all we know basically is that there is something going on at the
Right.
admin site.
Well, we know there's research. We
Yeah,
know it's
Okay,
Mercure
that's it.
Core
That is
base.
entirely useless. I
I-
don't care if something's going on unless I know what it is.
Okay.
So let's see. What are our options then?
Well,
All
if
right,
it's the- it's the-
what's his fucking name? Her ex-boyfriend is at the Ark, right?
Well,
Mhm.
so we still know that Mercure Core has the infra drive.
Right.
So we still need to hit them somewhere to get
Well,
that information.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess we're going after her shitty boyfriend that I didn't want to deal with. So let's.
Where,
I guess we're going to the Ark.
where
Oh,
the
hey,
fuck are we?
I'm cool with that.
We're in Ho.
Hello, which is kind of in the middle.
Yeah,
It's
what's
the-
the?
It's the
what's
fucking
this-
bumblebee colored thing.
Oh, there it is. Jesus Christ! I was like, where the? Because I thought we were off to the left a little bit.
Nope.
Okay, and then we're trying to get to Zethra.
Iblasu.
Where the fuck is Zethra? Why would we go? Why would we be going to Zethra?
I don't know. Last I heard, we were going to Zethra, and then we were going to go from Zethra to somewhere.
No.
No, there's Tolance is where the Ark is, and that's at 0200.
That's in the other. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
other way. Okay, so we're going to Bird probably, right? To Bird and then to Tolance.
Bird is the word.
No, probably. I mean, probably Yolos and then Tolance, but
Oh yeah, because we can do three jumps now. That's right. 1, 2, 3.
Reliably now, even.
We could also go to Diatel first, I guess. Although I guess it doesn't really.
it doesn't really matter.
Eh. I mean, I was trying to figure out if either one has better places to sell stuff. But
I don't think we want to stick around to sell stuff right now.
okay, so we're just going straight to Tolance.
Yeah, I
not
think
sure.
that's.
Are we going to be able to sell stuff there? Or are we just going there and they're going to be like, hey, what the fuck? There's a black site. Get the fuck out of here. Bang, bang, bang.
No, you can visit the Arc. The archives is publicly accessible, right? least-
Yeah. There's a ship in orbit, or a station in orbit that is basically considered a museum, but I don't believe it's a place that
Oh,
does
free.
trade.
They have free refueling service.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
on
here's my logic. If we want to do anything with SP91, according to Jack, we have a month to get over there.
Mhm.
I believe. So if we're trying to do the infodrive stuff, we need to be like boom, boom,
Well,
boom, really quick.
if we
Okay,
want
so
to get there before the Union.
so we might not actually want to buy anything here because, like, we're just gonna go straight to Lance, get our info drive, go straight to SP91, which I mean that's what, like 1 week to get to Toe Lance, and then if we get the drive, we'll be drive 4. So Adrima.
Don't forget we're using a week to clean up
Are we?
the grandfather's axe.
Yeah, are we even gonna have time to get to
You know,
SP91?
I honestly I don't know. The whole SP91 thing that just came up really quickly.
Do we even
It
care?
seemed
Like, should we just?
Dex, to clarify, was that a sort of thing that was like, oh, she's giving us this information, we need to drop everything to go do it immediately? Was that meant to be that?
I mean, that kind of. I don't know if it was drop everything, go do it immediately. Her implications were that the Union fleet will get there about the middle of July, and be able to start setting up operations um, to steal all the technology there, to research and exploit and take the tech. She did suggest that it would be to both your and her benefit to get there before Union, but that's just her estimation of it. I'm not trying to put that on you guys. Do you guys want
Still.
to get there before Union can find out what's there?
Yeah,
I
that's the
mean,
question.
I kind of feel like if we're going to do anything with it, we probably should.
Yeah, we
But
need
on
to
the
do it.
other,
We need to do it now if we're gonna do anything with it, and if we're not gonna do anything with it, then who cares?
Let me also put it this way: if there's an entire world there, it's going to be a big world. If you don't care about Union having the tech, um, then there's no time frame for you. There's no time limit. It's not like Union will be able to prevent you from getting down to that world, um, unless it's like one tiny little city that they're getting into, and then you'll just have to fight over whatever's there. But from the sounds of it, this is a hidden star or black hole. Actually, I think you can see on the map it's a black hole, right?
I mean, if they point out where it is, we can look with a telescope. We live in a spaceship.
Yeah, yeah. So the time limit really is only if you want to try and get there and prevent Union from having access to it.
Which we wouldn't really be able to prevent them from having access to it anyways.
You would if you had planet destroying missiles.
yeah,
If only
I
Jesus
mean,
Christ.
we
like
would have such things.
here. I mean, that's my fucking point. There's always a reason that you'd want to have those things, and we just destroyed them.
I knew he was
going
going to bring it up, so I had
destroying
to.
missiles, everything looks like a planet that needs to be destroyed. You can't solve all your problems with planet destroying missiles.
Yeah, but you can solve some of them
bet.
with them.
You
Oh,
could
but you shouldn't.
also do the work with some very skilled targeted strikes from the Raza. Obviously, you can't destroy an entire city, turn it all into rubble, but you guys are skilled enough to, as long as the rolls go your way, to quickly identify key locations that will have the worst of the tech. So you still have the opportunity to strike and prevent Union from accessing this tech, and that's still the decision point for you. Is it important enough to you to drop everything to prevent Union from researching this tech?
I feel like we're not quite as antagonistic towards Union as the others. So.
I mean, we
I
don't
mean,
like them, but we keep
Yeah,
hiring their people, so
I mean, they're still a megacorp, yeah, but
yeah.
the problem is, I don't think it's a good idea to let them get their hands on it anyway, because they might fuck up and end up getting the system destroyed if they get their hands on condenser technology. On the other fucking hand, the infodrive thing is out there, and I want to get that done. and I'm increasingly annoyed over the situation.
How dare Dex put some sort of moral quandary in
It's
front
not
of
even a
us?
moral quandary. It's just
No, it is.
annoying bullshit.
Do you want to do the thing that helps you, or do you want to do the thing that helps others?
On the other hand,
moral
if
fucking
we actually
quandary.
manage to get our hands on the info drive, that is basically instant teleportation, basically anywhere, isn't it?
It's like teleport. It's like a skip drive within systems, right?
You guys had there was enough data in your drive that I think Nemesis was able to piece out. It relied on memory. It's like a teleporter. It needed to have been
Oh yeah.
to a location. But once it had been to that location, as long as I think the time limit was within 360 days, then
Okay.
you could instantly go back there.
Mm,
So it wouldn't help you get to any location that you hadn't already been before Union, for example.
right.
Okay. So here I guess here's recap the situation. If we want the info drive, we're going to have to go to the Ark, find the guy, like kidnap him, interrogate him, because we don't really have any other leads for it apparently. And we'll have to probably go somewhere else and stage a raid and yada yada. And
Yep.
if we want to deal with the Union thing, we're going to have to go right fucking now to go over there.
Well, yes, sort of. I mean, we could get there like a week ahead of them, even if we wait until we're finished with the MGA, MGX. I don't remember what I said it was going to be. My grandfather's X.
All right.
MJ.
And I
MJ.
guess my other question there, Dex, is how long? Remind me, how long does a jump take?
It's 6 days per hex divided by your drive.
Okay.
So for you, to simplify that, 2 days per hex.
Oh, I always just okay. Call it a week per jump.
I early on I thought about changing it to a week per jump, no matter the distance or drive level, and letting trimming the course actually apply the drive level as a divider, but decided not to.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, if we go now, we could be in SP9 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2, 12
12
days.
days. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the current date?
Current date is the 7th. You'll be done with the MGF on the 14th.
So we'd get there on the 26th if we waited until we finished.
Okay. I've got a suggestion. Since if we want to do both of these things, we do have 2 ships.
Mm-hmm.
So the options are we leave some of the part of the technically competent crew here with this and let them finish up that, and then have them actually make a few jumps over to SP9 and get the initial scouting going, while the rest of the crew takes the Raza off and makes some trimming the course jumps off to the Ark. And then deals with actually finding this guy and interrogating them, and then makes a few rapid jumps over to SP9. It, of course, will split the party, but it also means we're making progress on both of these things rather than taking all of our time to, you know.
Eh, I think I don't know. I don't think it's super urgent that we get. They're like way ahead of. Yeah.
I feel like the info drive can wait. So I'd be perfectly happy just taking. I feel like splitting the group is such a bad idea.
Yeah. No, I definitely don't want to do that. So it's
Okay.
I'm not. I don't feel too strongly. I think if we really do want to get there before union, then we go ahead and do that.
I mean,
That's the only thing that's got a time limit right now.
I
There's an op-
guess.
There's definitely an opportunity that we would be passing up if we don't get there before Union.
All right, so I guess the questions are: what do people actually want to deal with? I guess. Do we want? Is this something people care about or not?
By the way, Nox, if you've been saying anything, we haven't heard you.
I have not.
Okay. Want to make sure your voice was available.
Well, I think the condenser. Okay, so is condenser tech or is the infra drive going to be easier to figure out from a technical standpoint? Which is something that Zoe might know, but I don't.
So your drive is kind of already set up for it. Even the damage done when the salvagers were stripping your ship for parts didn't destroy that connection.
Mhm.
And even them taking the infra drive out didn't ruin, its port, whatever.
Mhm.
The bigger challenge that you'll face is that the infra drive does require you to have a drive 6.
Right.
So it does need Zoe to fix the fucking engines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which you should be able to with the 50 tons of spare parts you just got, right?
Yeah. Hey.
Let me
speaking of
double
which-
check actually, because I'm not sure, because the actual amounts for the engines were pretty fucking high.
You only needed 20,000.
20,000.
Yeah.
20,000 spare parts, so that is 100 tons of spare parts.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can get it half done with this.
Okay.
And then we gotta,
Not if we want to fix the gun.
right. Okay, so we can't do anything with the infra drive anyway. I doubt Mercure Core is smart enough to figure it out. So I'm perfectly happy to go do this other thing and then go swing around and pick up the drive after.
If we can figure that out.
Because I feel like the condenser tech is a lot easier to fuck up a planet with.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I guess that's true. So we should probably do that fairly immediately. In that case, we'll probably want to head to Zenthra, make the jump to Andiana, Ayala, and then to SP9. In that case,
Let me put one more thought out there for you.
oh
No,
god,
No, we made
what
it. We
now?
made a decision. Stop trying to fuck with it.
Fine, just tell us, Dex.
No, now we're going for the infra drive. It's too late.
So if you're it's following Arch's point about the condenser tech fucking up planets. Conveniently, there's a planet right after SP9-1, or a world right after 9-1 that from the entities telling you is consumed by the infraworld already. So you can see exactly
good.
what happens.
Oh
Oh
boy.
wow, yeah.
So
Remember
that's it was an interjection along the same path you'd already decided.
Oh, I see what's going on here, Dex. You're trying to make a situation where we have to go to fucking Onalau. Is that it?
No, not at all.
Oh god. I say we go after the infra drive just out of spite.
No, honestly, I want you to
Okay.
go to admin. I've got like 4 fucking pages of notes on that place.
No, because we're not interested in admin anymore. It doesn't have the infra drive. It's nothing.
Nemesis is still interested, but
That's
Go
okay.
back to your fucking MMO, Nemesis.
That's okay. It'll be there for the next campaign. The notes will be there for the next campaign.
I mean, if you want us interested in admin, give us a bit more detail. Then Mercure Core is doing something there. We know Mercure Core
that's
is
all I
doing
need.
something
That's
there.
all I need to know to be interested.
Go back to your MMO, Nemesis.
Oh jeez. All right, so we're going to SP9, whatever.
I guess.
All right, let's do it.
Ironically, I muted my microphone when I actually wanted to talk, but
No.
we have a second vote for Ed Menace here.
Well, then let's go to a menace.
Oh no.
No, we'll do the union thing first. We can save it minutes for later.
Where is here? I gotta find a menace. Maybe we can
It's
stop
in the
there
top
on
left.
This little
So
black.
we're basically in the middle. We got to decide if we want to go left or right.
Is it?
Right is the Union, left is Mercury Court.
Edmonds is
the
at
name of a-
0100.
Oh, it's the name of a planet, not the name of a system. I was like,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
where the fuck are you guys talking about?
All right.
It's really annoying. Why don't these people name their systems and planets the same goddamn thing?
I know. I hate them. I don't understand why they
This is-
did that.
This is the Earth system. Nobody calls it the Sol system.
So I guess the plan is jump to Zenthra, and then go from there to Andiana and then SP9.
Have a Mr. Jack while you're deciding, or
Oh
while
God.
you're finalizing your decision.
Yeah,
I don't remember which one that was.
Goes top left.
Ah, the one that's seen some shit.
I think you described this one as the one that would least look like someone called Mr.
Oh,
Jack.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was top right that had seen some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. So that's decided. Let's just here is, I guess, another option, one last option.
Oh, no.
We could always contact the Ice Fair and just have them kidnap the guy for us, probably.
You think
They're
they'd be
all
down for
they're
that?
all level 2. They're all probably competent.
Yeah, but would they be down for it? Would they be down to clown?
And we can give them an extra payment.
Look, I'm cool with it. It's fine with me.
I mean, I have no problem using them. I'm just not sure if that's something Dex wants to allow.
I'm fully invested in the sandbox. The only constraints I'm putting on are things that I don't want you to do.
You guys
That's
can do
why I'm
anything you
asking-
want as long as it's something I want you to do.
No, don't want. As long as it's not something he doesn't want us to do. It's a very important difference.
Your sandbox can be any color you want as long as it's black.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
the only things I'm trying to restrict are things that create narrative inconsistency. I don't want you guys being able to build TL5 tech, for example. Repair,
What's the
mess
sandbox I
around with
want?
maybe mod. I can allow, but building the TL5 tech needs to stay sacred so that it's something that you have to actually go and get.
Grab
Um,
harnesses. Those you can get anywhere. You just buy them off the street.
Yeah. If it's in the equipment list, I would probably let you build it. Maybe. I don't know. I hadn't even thought about that. I guess I'm talking about actual like pre-tech artifact type TL5 tech.
Well, you're talking about like TL6 stuff.
Am I? Yeah, I might be. I might be. But I mean, I've given you guys planet-destroying missiles. I wouldn't have blinked an eye. Well, I probably would have blinked a couple times if you used them, but then that planet would be slowly going away. So I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I specifically want you to not do, or that I specifically don't want to disallow, except for kind of balancing things, mechanical
Okay.
things mostly. So yeah, don't take that into consideration, please.
In
All
that
right. Anyway,
case,
I don't know what happened.
Sorry.
is staging a kidnapping ourselves so we can actually get the information something we'd want to do, or is just saying, hey, True of the Ice Fair, why don't you go kidnap this guy make this guy taking an extended vacation,
Or at
and
least
bring
go
him
like
here.
go do the groundwork for us, so that when we get there, we can do the kidnap real easy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes more sense to me.
fine.
Because they're not
Yeah.
exactly trained assassins or anything.
Yeah. Yeah,
keep it on
go
the-
ahead and put a note for him. Keep an eye on him. See if he can do such and such stage groundwork so we can get the information easily, and then go actually get the drive.
Where is
Uh,
the ice ferret? Are they even close
That's
enough
a
that
good
this makes any
question.
sense?
I believe you sent them back to the graveyard. So you're
So,
on.
okay.
And they'd get there about as quickly as it would take, or a bit more quickly than it'd take us to make the loop. So that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, they can go do groundwork and stuff.
Yeah. All right, I guess we're going to fucking SP9 then.
Yep, we've managed to talk our way around to it. It's almost like we got sucked in, like it's some kind of black hole.
Yeah, I guess. Um.
Would you like to
All
try and
right.
speed up the summons of the ice ferret with a lighthouse courier?
Why do you? Hmm.
Wait,
Hmm.
were you planning on flying to Muron to tell them yourself?
No, I thought
Okay.
you said there was like.
You trailed off there, Lulu.
Isn't there like some sort of weird space email or something that?
Yeah, I thought we were just gonna send him an email.
Yeah, that typically takes about 7 days per jump. So from here, it would jump once to March.
Like 7
Second time.
days per jump.
Yeah,
I
that's.
thought they were in Murin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're in Hollow. God, I keep forgetting where the fuck we are. God damn it.
We are in the one that looks like a fucking bumblebee. It is very clear.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the Roll20 map now. So,
Oh.
and the little circle that denotes where we are is tiny and small, and it
Okay.
doesn't really
So
stand out.
by regular
Fine.
mail, it would take 21 days to get to Muron, and that's just an abstraction. 7 days per jump, whether it's a one hex or 2 hex jump, because it's supposed to represent ships coming in and out and carrying the mail.
How renowned are lighthouse couriers for their discreetness?
We'd be literally hiring. Oh wait, no, it was the other
It was Spectre
Mega,
Star.
wasn't it? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Spectre Star. Okay, never mind. I was about to say we'd be literally hiring Mercure Core people to tell somebody to go kidnap a Mercure Core guy.
Spectre Star doesn't care.
Yeah, Spectre Star would be like, yeah, all right, cool.
And they have a high reputation.
Okay. In that case, if there's one we can actually get in the system, I say we just hire them, send the message out, and then let the ice ferret do whatever. Promise them a decent bonus.
Yeah,
Man, I need to figure out some kind of like Ansible or something.
Ansible.
Some way that we can communicate with these people quicker.
That is why April was interested in the introdrive, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She stated that it would be a way for them to communicate with you instantly wherever you are. But that was also kind of a, hey, go
but I
get this
didn't-
tech and bring it to us instead of you using it.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I'm smarter than these people.
There may be some room for collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just do whatever we're going to do, though. We've sat here like the entire session is
hour.
just talking about doing stuff rather than
Yeah,
doing
let's
stuff.
actually do something.
Well, that
But-
works for
so
me
I'm-
because everything going forward from here is improv for me.
So we're gonna buy the parts. We're not gonna buy anything else except for
Okay.
the 2 tons of small arms, which I'm gonna send with my
Grandfather's axe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna take that money out of my account, and I guess the parts, since we're gonna use them to repair the ship, is also mine.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So altogether, let's do some.
Don't you actually have
quick
ship
math.
funds for that?
Yeah, but the ship funds is for
Unfortunately for Zoe, the specifics of the contract means she has to take it out of her own account.
Yeah. The ship fund is for buying like stuff that we're gonna sell later.
Oh, okay. So the ship fund is
And
for
I'm
trading.
gonna buy 1 ton of drugs. Don't worry about it.
Here, I'll bring you the relevant section.
No, it's okay. I remember it now.
So 35.
And associated
one-
ships. And you just put
Yeah.
a Corvette on that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Wait, when did we add and associated ships?
That's
Don't
been on
fucking.
there the whole time.
Oh, that's some horse shit right there. So 2 tons of small arms, 50 tons of parts, and 1 ton of drugs.
I'm glad I thought of it in advance because I wasn't
So
sure if I did.
29K.
So is that when you're
Or
buying the
2,900K.
1 ton of drugs, is that 1 unit or 1 ton?
I think it's 1 unit if it's just
Yeah, it's 1
29K.
unit. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I keep forgetting that they're compact or whatever.
Mhm.
That being said, I'm still you're buying 200 pounds of drugs.
Yeah. You never know when you're gonna want to throw a party.
Go big or go home.
Now
Sober.
428.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. I assume it's in metric tons, so it's only 10 kilos.
Yeah.
Should be 100 kilos, right?
Oh wait, no, you're right. It's a tenth, not a hundredth. So yeah,
Yeah.
100 kilos.
Nice.
Dope.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, are these uppers or downers or a selection?
They are assorted.
Good. I love getting.
Randomized.
Yeah, I love getting the mix pack of drugs.
Yeah, this is not a specific type of drug from any of the world. It is just, it's cocaine, it's weed, it's other drugs.
It's a mystery box.
It's a good time waiting to happen. Is all I'm hearing.
That's the tagline.
You could buy a certain kind of drugs, or you could see what's in the box. It could be anything. It could even be drugs.
It's always drug. There's drugs in
definitely
every
drugs.
box. That's
Yeah.
it's a promise.
It's a mystery box, but we promise there's drugs in every box.
It's like one of those things where like if you buy a pack of cards, you get the guarantee of the card maker that there's at least one rare in every pack.
Mhm.
It's basically the same deal.
Oh, I assumed it was more like we know what drugs are in there, but we don't know what there is in there until we look.
Well.
It's Schrodinger's drug box.
Yeah, it makes sense. Either way.
The waveform hasn't collapsed yet into E or methamphetamines or whatever.
Yeah, they will be the type of drugs that you need if you decide to unpack and sell them. Otherwise, they will just
Sell
be.
them.
Yeah, like if somebody on the street is like, I need some crack, you go to your drug box and like, oh hey, here's some crack.
Look, I'm not a drug dealer.
No, that wouldn't be dealing. That's just helping him feed his addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Probably
That's
for
just-
money.
Go buy your fucking drugs, Zoe.
I mean, is it still drug dealing if you're just giving them out for free?
No. Definitely isn't.
Yeah, it's what we're putting in our Halloween bowl this year.
Yeah, exactly. These are party favors. These are employee inducements.
So
the
we're
type of
just
people that-
just putting them in the fucking bowl in the meeting room. Yeah,
No.
go ahead and take some.
When people meet their targets, I give them E.
Okay.
Oh. Please inform me if you ever give drugs to Armstrong.
Yes, constantly.
But which ones?
I don't know. That kid's brain chemistry
Yes.
is already so fucked up.
All right.
It's just
So what all
Adderall.
are you buying again?
So 1 unit of drugs, 2 units of guns, and 50 units of spare parts.
All right. I'm not going to write the guns or drugs down. I assume those are for your personal use. The drugs are for your personal use, and the guns are going on the
Yeah.
grandfather's axe to what's the place. But I am going to put down the 50 tons of spare parts.
Yep. I'm gonna write down on my own sheet that I have a unit of drugs, whatever that means.
One absolute unit.
100 kilos of drugs.
If you want to do one additional notation on that, just mark that they're worth 50,000 credits.
Nice. I'm also gonna put that I put them in the secret room. Did we fix it?
No.
I'm gonna fix the secret room and then go put the drugs in it. Although, I mean, as long as we don't take them down to the planet, I guess most places wouldn't actually care that we have drugs on board. You know, we just put them in the embargo locker.
And honestly, if you get inspected
if we
by Galactic
if we
Mandate,
get inspected, we're already so fucked. It doesn't matter. If literally anybody looks at us even slightly hard, we're fucked.
All right. So we've got 10,659 spare parts. Let me go ahead and just look at the weapon, see how many we need. We've committed 19,000, so we need 3,500 more to actually fix the gun. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the 3,500 we need and just say they're being committed to the gun, so you can go ahead and erase that bit on your end, Dex.
All right.
So that's everything the gun needs. We have which means we have about 36 tons remaining of spare parts.
Cool.
Oops. That was the wrong number.
All right. Zoe, as soon as we're finished with the grandfather's axe, I want you committing all your time and effort to getting that gun operational.
Yeah, no shit.
And in the
She says.
meantime, yeah. In the meantime, I guess while Zoe's doing this, I don't know. I assume I'm bouncing between working on examining the massive horrible tentacles and whatnot, and onboarding the new
Okay.
hires.
All right. Let me look at a couple things here. So, in onboarding the new crew, no, I can't really do that to you because you would have probably kicked them out. I was gonna say one of them speaks Korean better than Spacer, and give Charlie a scene with them, but I
I mean,
realized.
as long as they still speak Spacer, that's fine.
Okay, if that's fine, then let me tick that last box for Charlie learning Korean. Knox, you up for that, or you want me to put it on the back burner and to give you a little bit of time to prep?
It should be fine.
Okay. So, one of the new crew is having a little bit of difficulty following some of Jai's more technical explanations and the bigger words that he uses in onboarding crew. You guys are currently in, and Lulu, of course, tell me if I'm wrong about this.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are currently in one of your large meeting rooms, a debrief room per se, with Jai up front, Elena standing beside him, and just kind of being the visible crew chief, and Charlie also being part of the command crew and a security-ish person. Notices a Korean-looking. Is this a man or a woman?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking anyone. If nobody wants to answer, I will roll a die.
Just roll a die.
Roll a die.
All right. So 1, 2, 3 is a email. All right, a Korean woman that looks to be having a little bit of difficulty following. Charlie has learned a fair amount of Korean by now, and either going to this person afterwards or simply translating on the spot will be a test of his learning.
When Charlie sees that something is being, I guess, visibly or audibly messed up, he's just going to say the correct word, being, like the obnoxious thing that people do when you say something wrong and they immediately correct you.
Well, let me clarify. They're just sitting there listening right now. They're exhibiting signs that they don't understand some of what Jai's saying, and they're fairly important parts. Jai's using the big words because those are the words that are necessary there.
Then I guess Charlie would be breaking it down into slightly more manageable chunks.
Okay. All right. So does Charlie go over to them and just kind of sit next to them and whisper it, or is he going to translate openly while Jai's speaking?
They'll go next to them. There's no need to make a scene
All
in
right.
this scene.
Okay. Is there anything in particular that Charlie does during this?
I'm sorry, I just noticed the backtrack. What's going on? What do you mean?
Basically just asking if there's anything else that's visible or apparent in this scene. Any other flavor that you want to add?
It's fucking. I'm sorry. This person is not, I guess, spacer fluent.
They're spacer to a workable level. It's
Which means
just
they've got better spacer than me.
yeah, they have better spacer than Nemesis. It's just the highly technical part that Jai is saying that they're having difficulty with. It would be like a Spanish speaker that goes into court. They may be able to speak English casually between you and me just fine, but you go into court and start hearing the legalese that is thrown around, and they'll quickly become lost.
I guess whenever it becomes appropriate and won't make won't cause like a fuss, just gently push them to get somebody on the ship to help them fucking speak this shit better. We can't have people not knowing what's being said at the meetings, and I can't babysit them.
Okay. Yeah, Charlie can raise his concerns with Elena.
Awesome.
Arch, was there something you were saying there too?
Yeah, why not? Why can't you babysit them? What business are you up to?
I have other irons in the fire.
Oh?
Charlie has learned Korean. He has finished learning Korean.
Excellent. Now I can learn Cthulhu. My second of 3 irons in the fire.
And you said that in addition to that, Jai takes a look at the mutations that cause this warped mass to occur.
Yep.
Okay. Nap has double sealed the quarantine section of the lab. You know, you guys already had a section that was basically for hazardous biohazard stuff. and Nap has taken that protection one level further with a second layer of quarantine, basically created. I mean, I guess it would already have an airlock, but she's put her foot down on nobody breaks these protocols right now. That's where I'll go with this. And so when Jai approaches this section, even he has to be visually authenticated to enter. You know, he swipes his he puts his hand on the scanner to get himself inside, and it does not open the door. The view screen comes on, and Nap walks over and looks at the other side, and presses a button to let him in.
Okay.
Jai has been locked out of a part on this ship.
That is
Yeah, but it's like the bad part of the ship. Like,
Who would want to be there?
I mean, he's also locked out of my room. I mean, that doesn't.
Is that the bad part of the ship too?
Yeah, it's for him.
Yeah, I'm going to insist that change.
Oh, of course he is.
Not for your room. I don't give a shit about
Good.
your room.
Because that ain't happening.
But
I
need.
Nap
I'm not being restricted from the rest of the ship.
Nap pushes back on that, says that she doesn't think that anyone, even him, should be given unilateral access to this specific area, given what she's found so far.
Why don't
What
you
has
go
she-
through what you've found so far,
Yeah,
then, and
there
I'll
we
decide
go.
if you're right.
So, Nap says that the creature that you have in here, this lump of flesh, is dead. But the virus that seems to have facilitated, catalyzed these extreme mutations is still alive. It looks dead, but given your extensive lab equipment and a bit of Jai's knowledge and guidance and helping, she's been able to identify that, yeah, no, that virus is still alive. And
What's a zombie virus?
it's much worse than the zombie virus, she says. And that's her justification for doing a complete lock on this. Nobody should be able to get in or out without visual identification, because if it gets activated while she and Nap are inside, and Jai comes and walks in, he will likely have just released it to the entire ship.
Fine, but if this becomes overly tedious, I'm going to go ahead and work my way around it somehow.
Well, she's open to alternative options.
Medicines? Oh. She's really into homeopathy.
No, this thing is an alternative medicine. She's open to alternative options if he has any other security ideas. Then she'll certainly hear them out. And she points out that he can just overrule her.
Yeah.
He is captain of the ship. She just strongly recommends against it.
I mean, you wouldn't go against what your doctor recommends, would you?
I am the doctor.
We know
Look,
he
you
would.
You know how they say that when a person represents themselves in court, they're represented by a fool.
This isn't quite.
Same thing with doctors.
It's not. It's kind of the same with doctors.
It's exactly the same thing.
It's almost certainly the same.
Yeah.
I think you're overruled there, Lulu.
Yeah.
Which means I wouldn't be surprised if you are still your own doctor.
Jai is
Well,
definitely
yeah.
a doctor.
I the only one I trust to do surgery on me is me.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But yeah, this is fine for now, but I'll give it some thought for later.
Okay. Um, she does note that both her and Pratt, are they the only two signs? I think they're the only two signs, right?
Currently.
Yeah. Both her and Pratt have been taking shifts, with one of them always in this room, and some extra help would be nice.
Well,
Um,
if we're ever in a position to hire further researchers, then I will.
Didn't we have 3? Or was it? Did we just have a
No,
regular person who was helping them out?
we had a
Yeah.
technician helping them.
That's
Yeah.
right.
If we end up in a position to hire another person, then I will do that.
what about?
Well,
Wait, no, we do have 3. We have Simon Bennett.
yeah.
Did you have three?
Also, if
Okay.
if they just need somebody to watch it and make sure it doesn't get up and walk around, I mean, we could put a science or a security camera in here and have the security people watch it. Shit, we could just put a movement detecting thing in here and have it beep when they move. We don't need to hire a whole new scientist to watch this thing do nothing.
Well,
She
also
wants another assistant.
I forgot that you had 3. No, she doesn't bring it up. She does mention that she has insisted that there be one person inside at all times.
Mhm.
You know, more than just watching to make sure it doesn't get up. It's watching the various pieces of equipment. It basically is security monitoring, just with data instead of cameras.
Right.
Well, yeah, but look, there's this wonderful thing called Wi-Fi. You don't have to be in the fucking cage with it for this to read dials. I mean, sorry, I'm off working on a gun or something. I don't know what I'm doing. That annoys me.
It's fine.
No, it's not because one of them's gonna fucking die. I know how this shit works.
That's
I
how
have
it
no idea what
goes.
you're talking about.
I am genre savvy, sir.
No, look, here's the thing. You can be genre savvy, but you have to pretend like you aren't in order to make things move along. That's how it works. You have to have contractual genre blindness.
Oh, God damn it! I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
I'm
Like
I'm
you,
sure
such a step-
Lulu can come up with some reason why
What do they have to take
having
like?
a body in there to watch it is better than just a long distance over, you know, Wi-Fi. Let's hear it, Lulu.
No.
Concern about disruptions in the power supply if it hasn't been properly equipped with backup generators.
Yeah.
Immediate access to I guess whatever measures they've designed to suppress it if it should start stirring.
Yeah, go science team. I'm considering myself part of that team now, because
Okay.
I contracted
Uh-huh.
you.
doing my part.
Uh-huh.
Aside
I don't
from
know.
that discovery, she hasn't been able to really discern much about it. The only other thing is she's convinced that it is this living, hibernating, pretending to be dead, plain possum virus that was responsible for the gross mutation.
All right. Have you made a genetic analysis of the virus yet?
She says that she's still working on it, but that was partially how she discovered that it's still alive, because in the middle of the genetic analysis, its genetics changed.
It mutated or something else?
Or something else.
What does that mean then?
It's either mutated, sir, or it's something else. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like if they're still working on it, that's why they're still in the room.
See
Yeah,
if you
that's
can
another reason too.
see if you can put it well, see if you can actually just extract the Well, is it DNA or an RNA based?
Yes.
So it's DNA based then.
I don't know, Lulu. That's too much for me.
All right,
Too much,
so
man.
some viruses only have RNA, which is normally something that's basically transcribed from DNA and it is used to make proteins and such, amongst other things. For the quick rundown. Others are like most weird DNA based, clearly, but not everything has to be.
Yeah. I
Not everything needs
vaguely.
the.
Yeah. The problem is I vaguely understand that. It's the. I don't know what either of those really mean in terms of this semi pseudo magical mutating virus gene. So I'm just going
So
to say it's some kind of DNA or
I
RNA
mean,
or
we
NA. Oh, it's a Bart.
to actually
I
say
was
it
just
word
going
for
to
word.
say, see if you can extract an individual, or see if you can extract some of the viruses and ensure they're ensure you probably do a heat shock. That's probably what I would do for the basics. See, basically a freeze thaw process to ensure the viruses are actually broken down. Then you can extract the DNA without any issues. At that point, there shouldn't. If you can just get the DNA on its own, there shouldn't be any issues with it mutating.
Okay.
Um,
We will.
if that's still a problem, you could probably run things under extremely cold or extremely low temperatures. That'll slow down whatever metabolomic processes are causing it to effectively mutate itself. I assume that, and then you can work with the DNA from there. So maybe run things under lower temperature.
Yes, sir. We'll get working on that.
All
Is
right.
there anything else Jai wants to do in there?
Lick it, lick it.
Yeah, I'm not licking it. If they don't have the genetics isolated at this stage, it's a little tricky to say. Maybe just rundown of exactly what all it did to this person to get them to turn into this mass like this, and how quickly it acted.
Okay. That is actually the process that she's going into next that she was planning to do. She's got the body splayed open and is working on we'll call it a genetic autopsy, a mutation
Okay.
autopsy. Mutopsy. It's called a mutopsy now.
Okay. After
Wow.
after that's done, I want a physical autopsy performed to see if we can get into the
Real
um
guts of the situation.
yeah, get into the guts of the situation. No, I want to see the actual the anatomical and physiological changes, and I want them noted down.
Yeah, she's chronicling that as part of the mutopsy. Um, the death was just overgrowth. The affected cells simply grew and multiplied with such rapidity that it ended up killing the cells itself. It
Yeah,
killed
you got
itself.
mega cancer.
Yeah.
Okay. So it wasn't the bullets that put it down; it was just the rapidity of the growth that effectively ended it.
Well, the bullets and the lasers and the burns certainly helped. It appeared to be trying to repair that, and that's when the overgrowth occurred. It overcompensated.
Okay, noted. Uh, well, let's hope we don't run into too many more of people using whatever this stuff was. Speaking of, did we get any samples of the? Did we find any syringe or anything like that containing this product?
You have 4 people in their vac suits, or that were in their vac suits, that you confiscated their vac suits from.
All right. Weren't any of them identified as carrying it?
I will roll that right now. Let me pull up my journal and take a look at. What?
He's gonna take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow.
This was. Oddly enough, this was all under Meet Jack and Hula.
Hmm.
Wait, was it? Hang on. Oh, no, I did give it a separate heading. It was called Operation Don't Pay Mercure Corps.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very important operation.
Yeah.
All right.
Well worth it.
Five, 8, 9. Yes, there actually was one dose of this. In addition, you got 2 doses of tsunami out of this.
Neat.
The 3 that was rolled there is just a sugar placebo.
They're running a controlled trial. Great. Fucking.
It's good to know they're following the correct procedures.
Inhumanely, but you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's more important that they do science right than they are right while doing science.
Okay. Interesting though. Well, the tsunami, if it's perfectly normal tsunami, we can just pass out to some of the or we can just hand off to some of the guard crew for them to use when necessary.
Yeah, it is just
Uh,
normal tsunami. Go ahead and put that in your inventory though, because I think we're still tracking numbers of that.
Okay.
And yes, you have a sample of this virus.
All right. Well, we'll put it in our freezer there and analyze that as needed.
Do me a favor and wherever you note this in your inventory, go ahead and note it as T Henna X31.
Can you spell that for me?
I just did. I put it in the discussion.
Ah.
It's not actually identified for your characters. That's just for my ease of reference.
Okay.
All right.
All
And
right.
that is a scene towards Jai studying these mutations.
Fun.
Fun out of mine.
Let's see, we've got 12 minutes before our break, so I'm going to pull up my spreadsheet here and see if there's any news that will come up. In the meantime, somebody else who's got an active project, go ahead and take a look at what's needed for those, and tell me if you want to have any of those scenes.
I'm busy. I got all kinds of work to be done.
I'd still allow Zoe to take a few minutes out. I mean, it's not like Jai could tell her not to do something if she really wants to do something, but
Yeah.
entirely up to you.
Alright, let's look at the project. Excuse me, let's look at the project tracker. Oh god, I don't want to think like an Ida. Sounds terrible.
We joked about those bullshit like non-component components like the unspilled teardrop of an angel,
Mm-hmm.
and so I had to include something somewhat like it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's obvious solutions to that, but it's deliberately open for interpretation so that you can look at that and say, well, this is how I would do that, instead of me having a specific thing in mind.
I have to get inside their minds, and I just don't want to. Scary in there.
And if nobody has any other scenes that they want to jump into, I do
Well.
have a news.
I do need to finish off my brood mother. I think I have one more scene left.
I want to go back to that and ask: do we really need to call it the brood mother?
Oh, I'm sorry, the MIPS.
Yeah, it got renamed.
Yeah, that was already discussed.
Okay.
Sorry, it's just it'll always be brood mother to me.
Why?
Why not?
I don't think there will
I will-
ever be
I-
a satisfying answer to that question, Lulu.
I will unleash hordes of drones from its maw. Anyways,
Yeah.
Anywho,
I should finish my in the next 7 days. Working on one of the things I'm working on is Aridessa's Concealed mod, so I can pack her away in a suitcase. And I'd like to think that gives me some sort of breakthrough. Like, I'm just doing this. Like, I am sick and tired of working on this. It's like I cannot figure out this last bit. Like, there's just some bit that won't fit in there.
And Aradessa, of course,
And
contributes. What if you fold me up like this?
A toppy oh. Oh
no!
Wow, that may actually work. And
something, ankles
you
behind your ears.
It's every girl's dream to be carried away in a suitcase.
Yes, exactly.
What girls are you hanging around?
Drones, mostly.
Yeah, mostly drones. In fact, almost entirely drones. Drones.
All anybody wants to talk about these days.
All right, well, let
And
me...
they're droning on about it.
Oh, hey!
Sexy drones.
Why don't you go ahead and roll me a fix check?
Stupid
Sure,
sexy
fix it.
drones.
Int fix. Yep. Hold on. I wandered away from my computer.
And I'm not trying to shorten the scene here.
Yeah.
I was just getting the check out of the way.
No, that's good for me. I don't
Okay.
have anything, too dramatic, but I was like, what's the best way to get a breakthrough? It's like,
Yeah.
well, work on something else I'm working on.
And it's good to have a short one. They don't all need to be as long as Lulu's was. They need to be as
Alright.
long as they need to be.
As long as they need to be. No modifier, intelligence. I got this.
It's not the length
howdy.
that matters; it's how you use it.
Well, you know why I'm
Is that
rerolling that.
including the +2 for the advanced lab?
It's not, but that puts it at a 9, right?
Yes.
My target's a 10.
Yep. Do you want to
Well,
maybe
good
drag
news,
one
you
of
can
your...
re-roll.
I'm gonna use my expert reroll.
You can also try and drag one of the technicians in and get a +1 from them.
No, they're all
busy.
uncomfortable with this thing they keep calling a brood mother.
Or you could just reroll it.
I'll just reroll it, and then we'll talk. Okay, that gets the +2.
Yes. Okay. All right. Your the MIPS project is finished.
Yay! And now I got to figure out how to actually use it, because it's been so long that it feels like I've done through most of my stuff. Actually,
Well,
yeah, it should be.
This one was
yeah.
so that you could modularize it.
Yes.
Everything.
Yep, that'll because I can make a whole new drone in 3 days now.
Yeah. I think we confirmed that Aerodessa can't be modularized.
Yeah, because TL5.
But we'll go ahead and consider that the completion of this project, if you're given approval to spend 100 spare parts, the completion of this will modularize everything you currently have and are working on. So
You're
that
talking
you,
about like drone wise.
yeah, so that you don't have to go back and say, all right, well, I just built this. Now I've got to somehow modularize it. So that would be all the fittings that you currently have on your drones, and the drones themselves are now modular.
Yeah, I mean I have 100 spare parts personally, so
Okay, cool.
I will just go ahead and mark those off.
Are you still keeping those under your bed?
Some of them, yes.
That's 50
Hilarious.
kilograms of parts. Wait. No, it's 500 kilograms of parts.
Look,
Hilarious.
it's a mess.
It's a mess.
So actually, those 100 I assume I had somewhere in the storage bay. Actually, it was only 36 units of spare parts in my room, which I'm gonna keep in my room. I'm just gonna use all the ones that were in the that were closer to the MIPS.
Are you using? Were you using spare parts from the ship inventory?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm using my personal supply.
Okay.
I just
the
assumed
ones
that
that are that are mostly taking over your room.
No. I had some that. Don't worry about it.
I imagine that
I'm assuming
space,
I'm allowed some storage space in the cargo bay.
That-
'Cause,
yeah. None of the crew are going to object to that. It's only the PCs you have to worry about.
And the PCs don't need to know.
The feces. Oh boy.
All right, let's go ahead and play out this bit of news, and then we'll take a break. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Doke.
Oh,
A highly
was everybody able to hear that?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
The not so hidden Richard track.
I started playing the wrong one.
Ah.
The actual news before testing to see if anyone could hear. So
I refreshed the page.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
The following broadcast
There
is
we go.
not suitable.
That's
we got
hidden
it.
Richard.
okay. Nox, I think you're usually not able to hear them anyways, right?
I heard it. I didn't hear it the first time, but I did hear it the second time.
All right. Here is the news.
A highly trafficked fueling station in grave disrepair seems exactly the kind of roadside pit stop you'd expect to be unsafe and unsanitary. Some rust and a bit of mold in the sink should come as no surprise to travelers, hardly worth mentioning to the station's owner, Mercure Corp., let alone the thinly spread wardens of space. It is a surprise, then, that the Galactic Mandate has sent 3 ships to investigate complaints that ultimately sound like, toilet seat was dirty. Especially when one of those ships is a dedicated research vessel. I'm Sophia, reporting from Deatel for ABNN.
Okay, so there's one problem with that news story.
Hmm.
What station? Where is it?
And it's in.
Who's making these reports?
If it's in Deatel, they're referring to the one in Deatel, right?
Yes.
All right, that's
you
Jaeger
couldn't tell that
7.
from the story.
It's noted at the top
Okay.
on the.
On the written version of
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
And they mentioned Deatel at the end.
Look, I understand you got to make them punchy for your YouTube viewers, but like, you got to actually give us the information too.
Well, it's not just for punchy. I'm also trying not to exceed 45 seconds with them, so that it's not just all right, listen to 10 minutes of news and it's like 3 stories.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
So I do keep some of the information out of the voice. I'm working on trying to clean up that heading, and I'm working on some stuff that'll make this a lot cleaner and more streamlined.
Yeah.
I'm just
But
lazy, so it's taking a
cleaner
long
than
time.
those toilet seats.
Deatel is
Just
right
take
next
this
to.
in the opposite extreme. One session will come and it'll be 2 hours of news, 15-minute break, hour and 45 minutes of news.
That's the news episode.
We'll make a whole day of it.
The newsy
Yeah.
special.
I think you would all quit.
It would be Zoe, Jai, and the news.
Look, no, hold on. I'm not sure I would, because then at least we're getting like new information rather than just arguing the same point for an hour.
Yeah, but the whole next episode would be, okay, so what do we do with all this information?
Oh yeah, that's fair.
I think that would be a sandbox
can-
overload.
It'll be like watching the real news. You're expected to kind of like talk over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so break.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and come back at 1:15.
Okay.
All right.
Quick question out of curiosity.
Mhm.
Do you when you go to a new system, when you jump to a new system, do you always come in at roughly the same point?
Yes, in fact, that's explicitly. You always come in at a each path from one system to another comes into the destination system at this exact same spot. So Demos to Detel will always come in at the Demos Detel path. Holau to Detel will always come in at the Holau Detel path. The destination zone, because space is so big, is from one system is never shared with the destination zone from another system.
That's good to know.
Is the arrival place somewhere near the departure place, or can we depart from anywhere?
You can depart from anywhere. Yeah,
Okay.
That's
Or
interesting.
anywhere from the edges, yeah.
it's
Because
important.
that means.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was just going to say that means I have a cunning scheme.
Uh-oh.
If two ships go from one place to the same destination, doesn't that mean they just fucking warp into each other?
No.
It's a fairly large region still.
Yeah, he said it
is,
was
yeah.
still pretty big.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I heard the exact same position. I was like, great, they're just gonna clip into each other.
Yeah, I should have said the exact same region. It's basically a meta setting constraint that Kevin Crawford put in so that a system can fortify the arrival zone from another system.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Never mind. If it's a full region, never mind. I was going to say, why don't we just mine the arrival point for funsies? Let Union deal with that.
I actually had thought about that and constructed reasons that doesn't work.
Oh, what are the reasons?
I'd have to find it again. Hang on.
Okay.
But there are reasons, I assure you.
Yes, there are reasons, I assure you. Trying to think where the hell I wrote that. I can't even think of what keywords I would have used in them. I remember it having something to do with the entry from Metaspace pushing things that are in their arrival space out of the way.
Yeah,
In-
that sounds familiar.
Yeah, in conjunction with ships have a little bit of visibility into real space when they're coming down from Metaspace. And so they can avoid larger objects that they would otherwise be unable to push.
So basically, what you're telling me is instead of just stable, you have to build smart mines that when they detect a ship arriving, stay just outside their immediate space so they don't get pushed away, and then like activate jets and just all go crashing into it at once.
I mean, I assume. Oh, were we
Does
talking
that
about
mean
mining
that you
units? 'Cause that
could-
seems like that'd be something very feasible.
Does that mean that you could like
Right.
backtrack out at the very last second if you saw that you were jumping into a?
I would think so. I hate Lulu for thinking of that, so I'm just gonna say it doesn't work.
Okay.
Shame.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
What? That's fair. I'm the GM.
Everything the GM says is fair.
You don't like the smart mine idea?
I don't like that
So,
you were smarter than me. Okay.
I mean, smart minds are pretty common in sci-fi.
That's why he was smarter than me. I didn't think about that.
I mean, it's highly unethical to do indiscriminate mining, though.
we are terrorists.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's probably something that wouldn't be very common.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the naval laws say, hey, if you mine an area, you're actually supposed to alert everyone that, hey, this area is mined. so civilians don't end up getting blown up if they go through it. I think the actual purpose of mines isn't really so much to blow up ships as it is to be like area denial, so no one goes in the area.
Hmm.
Okay, let me. I found the entry. Managed to search my. It's in the campaign companion, and I was able to
Mhm.
search for arrive, and found arrival. And since it's in the metaspace, the campaign companion, I don't have to worry about if it's appropriate for players because I already determined that.
But maybe you
Mhm.
were wrong.
Okay. Uh, so I've basically noted that it's largely ineffectual. It can be rendered inhospitable with debris or mines. Um, and yeah, ships entering space have considerable control within several thousand kilometers. It would take an object the size of the Earth's moon.
It could be done.
Take an object the size of the Earth's moon to just deny the area, or completely deny the area, you mean? Like prevent people from jumping there?
Well, no, to cause trouble for arriving ships, and I note that even an object of this size would be affected by the repulsion.
Okay.
It is not scientific at all. It's not physicist at all. It is intended so that people can't just use 50,000 credits worth of smart mines and destroy an incoming fleet of several million credits worth of ships.
How about 500,000 worth of smart mines? Also,
Now,
like
now we
several
might be
million
talking.
credits worth of ships is like a Corvette. It's a single Corvette.
Several hundreds of millions worth of ships.
Okay.
I think it would end up being some kind of skill check um, for the entering ships, and I don't think it would be effective enough to destroy most large ships. But
What if they have no reason whatsoever to expect the area is mined and
well, they don't. They don't. They would need to have someone at least moderately competent at the helm to notice, hey, wait, that we're there's stuff in real space that we're coming into. It's being pushed, but why does it look like missiles or whatever you make it look like, you know?
uh,
Um, so it's not a guaranteed kill. You could definitely cause problems, but using normal munitions and not planet-killing missiles.
yeah.
Gotta bring that up again.
Uh, what a fucking waste.
uh,
What if we leave the white hole generator right there? That'd be fun. That's actually a good question. What happens if the white hole generator activates just as someone's would normally like be about to come in from the metaspace jump?
you fucked them up seriously. You guys already have some data on that. The disruption of metaspace and the metaspace paths is dependent on distance from the horizon, from
Mhm.
the transition zone. And if you're right at the transition zone, um, you you can kind of extrapolate that you will probably completely change the routes such that if you were at like March and you were at the transition zone, you would make all the routes that are coming to March from that location. Um, it would artificially age them more than 5 years, so
Okay.
they would have no routes.
Interesting.
Doing that while a ship is in transit is probably just going to make its spike drill fail, and then they'll start rolling on the mishap table.
That's interesting. So here's my suggestion. We wait until like 4 days before, or we wait until just a couple days before like the 14th. Activate the white hole generator in the transition in that area, and then go to another part of the system and jump out and let them deal with that while they're in flight.
Wait,
Be
let
fun.
who? It sounds like you have a specific target in mind, but I'm confused as to who.
Basically, if we're disrupting the transition region while they're in jump, it'll make their drive checks fail.
But for who? But who are we targeting?
Oh, for the Union net ships that are jumping into
Ah,
SV9.
gotcha.
I think it doesn't really resolve the problem, but it does fuck up a fleet of ships potentially. I think it's a great idea.
Of course you do.
One thing to consider is that NPCs generally go by different rules than PCs. If it were a PC ship coming in when that happened, it would be a well, this happened, roll on the mishap table, and depending on what you get there, okay, you can make your pilot check again. NPCs don't generally get that kind of PC latitude. Usually, unless there's some specific reason for the GM to make other allowances, that would just destroy the NPC. It's not even like a 3 on the mishap where they get shunted off to some other system. They just die. Now, that's at the far other extreme where it's just like, okay, these were unimportant NPCs. I can't guarantee that I would do that for these guys, but it's. I think the point I want to make here is remember that they're not PCs and won't get all the skill benefits that you guys get.
Oh, I realize that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, why don't we just fuck them up? Why don't we just fuck them up?
I mean, it'd be a very major terroristic.
I mean, how are they even going to know we're leaving before they even we're just activating and then going away?
Mr. Jack could probably have a good idea.
Inclinations. But she already sent us here to fuck over their whole thing, so I don't know how much she'd even care.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really think that's what they had in mind.
Sounds like this is something to discuss when we're not on break, because I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna have to include this entire section in the highlight, the full clip, the saved clip.
That's fair. I just think it's a horrible scheme
and
that
horribly
might
effective.
I mean, is it really significantly more effective just using the white hole bomb at all?
What do you mean?
I mean, isn't that thing like massively destructive anyways?
Depends on how you use it. For what we're doing here, I don't think it's really a full activation. It's just using the basic activation to disrupt metaspace, rather than actually detonating it. Is that correct, Dex?
That is correct. You found that simply turning the device on disrupts metaspace, renders the device seemingly inoperable because it needs metaspace to do its actual thing. But it sucks in metaspace. It creates a metaspace void.
Gotcha.
And it was that short period of inoperability that seems to have allowed you to turn it off. Afterwards, it is a fully armed. Oh, better analogy. It's a bomb that has let's just say a half hour period after it's been armed in which it cannot explode, and can be turned off.
It's basically drawing in all the energy from metaspace that it's actually going to use to activate its effect.
Yes.
All right, and you're not finishing the trigger.
Yeah.
Which it's fine because even just the honestly, like the thing exploding, that's a big deal, sure. But like just the basic act of activating it has so many more uses.
I mean, that's
I'm-
kind of what you get. I mean, I'm trying. Is it actually TL5 officially, or?
I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back.
So what are we talking about? We're gonna blow something up?
Yeah, Lulu
Oh.
has a crazy plan.
Okay, good.
So Dex confirmed this would work.
You can just say
Basically-
Lulu has a plan.
It's basically the plan is we go to SP9, we do some exploring, and then just a couple days before the ships are scheduled to arrive. So while they're in transit, we go to the transit point and activate the white hole bomb to disrupt metaspace between there and the arrival zone.
Mm-hmm.
Which apparently would make all their jumps fail and probably destroy a significant portion of the fleet. And then we just
Interesting.
leave.
You know, just kill, I assume, thousands of people.
I don't actually know how many ships are coming, so.
It's a whole fleet, right?
Hang on, I can only look at one area of this document at a time.
With that attitude.
All right, fine. I'll open up a second copy of it.
That's the spirit.
All right. Yeah. Let me find that news bit. Oh, actually, I think it. No, I'll probably have more information. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, I'll do my work. Oh.
Just think we could test and see if it works even. Think of the potential.
Alright, this was a David thing, right? Yeah.
Really interested to see that section of your notes. David is an ...
I think it actually does start off that way too. David is a or an something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He said A, so the next letter is a consonant.
I can't actually
Consonant
remember.
sound.
Sorry, I can't give you that much detail.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Can't or won't.
I can't open up a third document.
Yeah, you totally can.
I don't think I can. The only reason I'm able to open it up twice is because I actually have it in two different file locations. I think trying to reopen either of those will just... My computer will just be like, dude, it's already open. Here it is.
So what program are you using to look at it?
Word. Oh, I
Okay.
could open it up on the...
In Word. Mhm.
Actually, I was thinking in Chrome or Firefox in Dropbox.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, okay. I will correct my statement. I don't want to open it a third time.
There you go.
Mm,
It's not about can't. It's about doesn't want to.
yeah. Mhm. All right.
Alright, yes, David did mention it is a fleet of warships, scouts, and science vessels.
You mean Jack?
No, I'm actually looking at David's report here.
Oh.
I think if it's that significant of a fleet, just doing it to disrupt Union operations would be significant.
I mean, I'm not arguing that it wouldn't be effective at disrupting them or attacking them, but just
How many
seems.
Yeah, how many people you want to kill today?
Oh, we're
Few.
past 1:15. Let me bring us back into frame since I won't be cutting any part of this.
Sorry.
Editing?
No worries.
That's not gonna happen.
Yep, no editing on this one. Oh, we're back in frame,
Editing
so we're
sounds like a
officially
job
back.
for somebody else.
Welcome back.
Um,
From outer space, with that look upon your face.
so from what Mr. Jack said and what little you got from the David news snippet, Mr. Jack said the only reference that there is a or one or more research ships involved in this. And the only reason that Mr. Jack raised that point is because that's unusual for Union. Union doesn't really do research. Union does scouting and surveying to mine planets, and they do warships, lots and lots of warships. Research vessels are pretty special for Union. So that's the only reason that Mr. Jack mentioned it. David was vague and cryptic as David is, and simply said, whispering to mobilize a fleet of warships, scouts, and science vessels ripples through the void of space like puppies in a daycare center. So take from that metaphor what you will.
Oh, David.
I can even replay that clip again if you'd like.
A weirdo.
Oops.
No, we're good. We don't need to rehear it.
Okay. Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. So at this time, you don't know how many ships or people you would be killing. You are still in Holau, and Mr. Jack is still here. Danilovich has joined your ship by now. Now, are you actually, quick tangent, are you actually reconfining him to a cell, or are you letting him move about freely?
I think keeping him under watch is probably still the ideal. So
He's a guest, but not like one that you leave cookies out for. He's he's the guest that you.
Well, you do have a lot of security people now.
we'll keep someone posted on him, watching him at all times.
Okay, so he's free to move about with security escort.
Right. He's restricted from some area. He's restricted from
course.
some high security areas, but otherwise, yeah.
He's not allowed to go to engineering. He's not allowed to go to the bridge section of the ship anywhere near it. He's basically
not allowed to go to weapons.
But he's not literally confined to the brig.
Yeah.
He's not literally confined to the brig, but his movements are limited.
As a matter of fact, he's not allowed to go to the brig.
Wait a second.
No,
as a matter of
fact,
he's confined to the airlock on the left side, and every once in a while we open it up and let the air out.
This is not the arrangement at all.
We have altered the deal.
Yeah, I've altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it anymore. Oh, jeez. Anyway. Yeah, no, so he's just keep him out of whatchamacallit areas.
Okay.
High security.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was the tangent. Go back to discussing if you want to do this white hole bomb activation plan.
No, we can do that. We can talk about that later once we're actually there.
Okay.
I mean, I have no problem with it on the surface. I just don't think it's going to kill as many people.
I can activate it regardless of what anyone else feels like.
Well, because they can just kind of circle the area for a while until it cools off, and then, right?
No,
Maybe
if you activate it while they're still in metaspace, it's basically erasing the metaspace in that area, which destroys whatever route they had.
Well, yeah, but that means that they have to be like within the area of the metaspace bomb, right? Like if they're still coming in,
But the area of it is larger than the area they come in, like the target zone.
yeah, okay. So
Right.
what I'm saying is
We
that
would have
they're
to
not going to
know
be in
they're.
that. They're not going to be in that area until they're
It's
arriving.
it's
And
more
we
that it disrupts the metaspace path that they were already traveling along, and if it does that, like it's possible for them to survive if they're particularly skilled,
I guess
but
the
less
question
skilled
is,
pilots are probably going to be wiped out by the shift in the metaspace route.
so
Mm.
I guess the thing, so we know what direction they're coming from because there's only one system they can really come from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just theoretically, I don't think I'm not really voting for the plan, but anyways. So but then you also need to know when they're going to arrive. What was the duration? Like, how long does that effect last? It's like
I'll look that up. While I'm looking that up, let
I'm
me
just thinking like the window of activation and knowing when they're going to arrive.
let
Knowing when
me
they're going to arrive is not easy.
the duration of it is going to be. Let me put it in a little bit more mechanical terms. Um,
Mhm.
so obviously they have to make a pilot check from Andiana Ayali to SP91.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, because this is the plot, they're going to make it. It would be such a letdown if we went through all this and it's like, well, they failed their pilot check, so they didn't even make it.
What
Um,
the whole fleet lost their pilot check? Yeah.
Every one of them rolled double natural ones. It's
I-
great.
I'd already been considering that fleets just roll one. I don't know how to handle that. Yeah. Um, they're going to make that pilot check unless while they're in mid-transit, at least halfway to their destination in the drill course in metaspace, the route that they're following, that they're plotting, suddenly changes, and that's what the white hole bomb would do. Is it removes all the metaspace from that area, and as metaspace backfills, as it fills back in like water into a pool, the currents are different. Everything that they've done up to that midway point is lost. I would say that at the midway point, if you didn't time it very well, they'd get another check. But after that midway point, at any point you activate it, it doesn't matter if metaspace fills back in before they get to it. It disrupted the path that they've taken so much that it will essentially make them fail that check.
Mm.
That's the mechanical
Hmm.
side of it.
Interesting.
It might not necessarily destroy. It's not necessarily going to destroy all the fleet, but it will fuck them up pretty badly,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Look,
maybe destroy a few of them.
I'm actually better if it doesn't kill them all. Like I
Yeah.
like to plan more the fewer people it kills. But I'm perfectly happy to give them a hard time.
I think it'll be fun. I think it'd be fun.
Um, how about you have Zoe roll me an int pilot check?
Hmm. Oh, hey, my sheet's actually open for once. Pilot check. Int. Wow, that's a terrible roll.
That is a terrible roll.
You can
Yep.
always re-roll.
Yeah,
I can. That's right. Yeah, because I can do that per scene.
Yeah, there's no mechanical penalty for you re-rolling right now. Hooray for being an expert.
Ooh. Whatcha? Hot damn, I am an expert.
That
I
is
know
a much better
everything.
roll.
Literally doubled my roll.
So they need to have had gotten a good pilot to make an uncharted drill like this in the first place.
Mhm.
Even a good pilot though has a poor chance of making this of what am I trying to say here?
of adjusting for a rapid shift in a metaspace pathway that they're cutting through.
We're gonna
Yes,
go jog their elbows.
that is the fiction, but I'm trying to give a little more concrete data so that Zoe can make a more informed decision on it. The window in which a pilot that she estimates they've gotten of skill she estimates they've gotten to course correct is fairly small. Activate this to when they're too near, and it probably will kill all of them.
So basically, the goal would be if they're expected to get there on the 14th, if we activate it on like the 10th, they probably won't all die, but they'll be significantly disrupted, and some of them might die. Is that about right?
Without going into exact numbers on the dates, I'll say that this 12 that you just got on your pilot check will let you be much more accurate in how you want to disrupt them if you go this route. You'll be able to tell me that you want to give their pilots a chance to recover with minimal losses, with heavy losses, or not recover at all. Those will be your three options.
What if we, like, I don't care what their losses are. I care how much time we're buying ourselves.
With minimal losses, you would buy yourself effectively. Let's see, it's 2 hexes. Let's say you'd buy yourself effectively 6 days. Heavy losses is still the same amount of time, but you'll also be buying yourself however much time it takes them to regroup once they arrive. Their arrival will still be 6 days later, but the heavy losses will require them to regroup and do some damage control.
And they'd probably be sans quite a few ships there.
Yes,
Yeah.
they may even lose their research ship.
And then if they lose everyone, we've got infinite days because they're all dead.
See, you pretend to have crazy voice while you say that, but it does seem pretty fucking crazy. Boy. Anyway, all right, yeah, no, let's move on. Let's figure out what else we're doing.
All right. Is our shopping done? How's the thingy looking? The granddaddy's hatchet.
It's all finished.
All right.
Cool. Let's blow this joint. Put people where they need to be and get the hell out of here.
All right. Well, good luck, Captain Ivan. We'll be sure to stop by Zenthron on our return and see how you're handling things. See if you can pick up some ice on the way there. I'm sure the locals would appreciate that.
While he's talking to Ivan, I walk up to Harry. Hey, I'm gonna miss you.
Miss you too, little Zoe.
You take care of yourself up there.
You stay safe and treat yourself better.
Oh yeah, I got that covered.
He opens his arms for a hug. Hug?
Yeah, but when he does, I hug his head. And I pat him on his big bald head.
Okay. Does he have to lift her up for that?
Yeah, I mean, he probably would. Yeah, all right, fine. I don't know. For some reason, I imagined him sitting down in this conversation.
Nope, he's standing next to Ivan.
Then I just pat him on his head.
Okay. With his arms still out, stretched, waiting for a hug, he just receives the pats and kind of just looks at her.
All right, big guy. Take care of Zenthra. Be nice to Lily John, but don't take no crap from him. Follow your heart. Something, good advice, blah de blah. All right. And don't fuck up my colony.
You got it, boss.
Uh,
Ivan and Elena are having a moment together as well.
Gross.
Ugh.
Yeah,
But I'm so interested. I get out the popcorn.
they're just over in the corner, kind of talking quietly to each other. And then
I sidle up to Nemesis. I got $5 on one of them coming out of this with a black eye.
Not gonna take that bet.
Damn it. Then I offer Nemesis some of my popcorn.
I'll eat some popcorn.
The
You know what? I will take that bet, Zoe.
Oh, well, see now the GM has to decide which of us he likes better.
oh, I've already decided that.
Oh, okay, all right. I see how it is.
I've also already decided how this goes, without any
Okay.
interference.
All right, yeah, no, 5 credits. Yeah, you're on.
Their interaction concludes with raised voices in the kind of hushed raised voices that's yelling without trying to let everyone hear it. They have gotten into yet another verbal fight.
Huh?
Which Elena and Ivan both kind of concurrently step back and hush, and she just looks at him, nods, and walks away.
Damn
No
it.
black eyes.
I pull out 5 creds and give him to Jai.
Thank you.
My sheet.
And I head back to the bridge to get things, make sure Starcross is getting things prepped for the jump.
He's gonna be so fucking smug about that. Gross.
So little faith in our crew.
I have every faith that they'll act on their natures.
All right, and then once I get to the cockpit, I shove the 5 cred. I've shoved the 5 creds, which I assume is in a stick, into Starcross's pocket, and say, "All right, yeah, buy yourself something nice next time we're on the on planet, I guess."
Amazing.
Nice. What word am I looking for? I'm trying to write this out for you. For the further delays for Union to do damage control and reconvene, reorganize. What was the word I used before?
All back.
Remobilize?
Remobilize. That works. It isn't the word I used, but it does what I need.
Sure.
So, those are the 3 easy options. Obviously, you can do anything aside from those, but you have enough data that you could pick one of those.
Mm-hmm.
My suggestion would be heavy but not complete losses.
Yeah. Look, we don't want to declare war on them, but we want them to know that we could have fucked them up. Actually, they're not going to know it was us.
Yeah, no, you can, like I said, with the heavy losses, you're waiting until they get closer, but closer means they're still 2 days away, and you can have gone and done whatever else you need. I don't remember how long I said it took for the metaspace to return. However, you guys did it farther away from the transition zone, though. Well, we'll see if it matters. After you've shunted it, see what else you do from there.
It'll be fun.
Oh,
You
never mind,
promise
it's in
it.
my other document. Metaspace returns to the void within an hour or so.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah, all those options stay the same. It's the metaspace that returns is still a different path.
right.
So that basically is just all benefit for you. Means you can do that and wait 2 hours and then jump out. It's not like you had a rudder to where you go next anyway, so it doesn't really affect anything you do.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Jack Starcross.
You got Jack Starcross,
Or Owen Wilson,
Jacques
whatever you want to call him.
Starcross.
Jacques.
Can we just call him Owen Wilson? It'll make things so much easier.
No, I'll get in trouble for that.
All right, Zoe. All right, Jack. All right, Starcross. Let's put in the coordinates for, I guess, Zenthra, and from there to Andiana Hayale. And
Okay.
our last destination, SP9.
I believe
We're going to explore a new world.
you are.
A whole new world.
God.
Now, remind me, have you traveled from Zenthra to Holau or vice versa within the last month?
Not in the last month, no.
Oh, right. Months are very, very short in this game. Okay.
Well, if you're in a spaceship, they're short.
Yes. Yeah.
Relatively speaking.
We've done it within the last year, but
Okay. I don't remember what page number the chart is
give
on,
a
so I
shit
have to
how
look
old
it
your
up.
rudder is or whether you even have one.
So yes, less than a year old is a 0 modifier. Base difficulty is 7. It's 2 hexes, so difficulty is 8. Starcross has. Where the hell did he go? Wait, did I forget to make a card for him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
All he does is, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Fly the
does he
ship.
need a card? We've plugged him permanently into the pilot seat.
he
Put
does,
his card on the Raza.
Yeah, he will need a card. His bonus, his skill bonus is +4. And because of how his special ability works, you want to not use him for drills that you have less than a month old rudder, because he is also going to ignore that bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
But with this being less than a year old and more than a month old, does anybody have a better than a +4 to this pilot check?
What have you got, Zoe?
I got like a +2.
Okay.
If I use a knowledge check, yes, but otherwise, no.
Okay. There you go. He makes the drill safely to Zenthra. Wait, why Zenthra?
Isn't for some reason Zenthra is your Gargi on here?
Yes, those got reversed.
Yeah.
I had I remember quite a while ago. I was fiddling about with the map and I saw that it changed something and I couldn't figure out where the change was. Well, there it was. Okay, so your Gargi is where you're going, right?
Yeah. Okay. On this
whatever
map.
the northeast one is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever one has Kamiego in it.
Okay. And are you going to fuel up here?
Yes, I assume. We have. Did we have the fuel scoops now?
You do, but they take some time.
Right.
Yeah, so
That's
we
fine.
can either take some time and do some scoops or just fuel up.
Yeah.
Let's just fuel up.
And with the way I've refigured the Shrewd Merchant, it doesn't cost you anything to fuel up.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Not that 500 credits was really a significant drain either, but
Yeah. Look, I have the All-Star Pass or whatever it's called, the gasoline card.
Yeah. Yeah. Frequent flyer.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep. Okay, so we're at the 14th. This puts you at, what did we figure out? 12 divided by 3? 4 days. So the 28th, or the 18th, jumping to Andiana Ayali is going to be another 4 days, 22nd. I'm not going to roll another drill check for that because I find mishaps on casual stuff like this boring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
However,
it's relevant if it takes us more time.
it is relevant if it takes you more time.
Well,
Yeah,
oh wait, no, we're going straight there too, though. So
Yeah, it's not going to affect
yeah,
much.
no, if we were trying to cut it close, but
yeah.
oh, it's
it-
up
We're
to you.
not.
You could take some super significant, but
I'm
meh.
I'm fine with keeping his previous result and just rolling with it.
Okay.
However, the rudderless jump to SP 9-1 is going to take a roll, and I'm going to have one of you roll that.
I guess my question is, can we help them in some way? Maybe by either providing Jai's knowledge based on what what they were given from Jack and like the nature of metaspace in this area, or maybe Zoe's engineering stuff or something.
I think I rolled last time that you could not help him because of the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were going that way or not. That's fine.
Ooh. Oh wait, no, I need. Never mind. I was gonna say, can I study
The
infraspace
other
while we're
option.
here?
Well, no, hold on. I will point out one thing that is an option. Could Nemesis's planning thing help there?
It would effectively be the same thing as your aiding.
Okay, never mind then.
I'm gonna stick with no. He can't receive any bonuses. The fact that he ignores the +6 difficulty it's already pretty big.
Okay,
Yeah.
what were you saying, Xander?
I was gonna say, could I do infraspace scanner studies? But this is metaspace, not infraspace. They're totally different. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
They are very different. Yeah. Um.
But I could still do them, right? Like, not
Metis.
specifically because we're in metaspace, but no, I could do my infraspace scanner thing.
Yeah. In fact, I was just about to ask. It's you've just been in metaspace for 4 days, and then 2 days fueling up. Actually, 1 day fueling up. Um, so another 5 days after, or another 4 days in metaspace after a day of interstellar travel. Intrastellar. Um,
No, it's Interstellar. Or wait, no, Interstellar is same star.
yeah. When you fuel up,
Okay.
it's intra.
Okay.
Um, so you've got these brand new crew. Well, you've got these brand new security. Um, the one new crew is the Korean one um, who's been uh studying even harder. Has taken some time out. Elena has provided her with some space Korean to spacer on a ship primer. Like, she won't be able to hold more technical conversations in any area, but she'll be able to understand everything that's being said about this ship in particular. After she takes some time with that.
Can you remind me how many level 0 and how many level 1s we have now on
Yeah.
this ship?
Mm-hmm. You have one crew 0, uh, 4 1s, and Elena as a 2.
I just need the unnamed ones because I'm including those in the ship crew. Because
Just one. You got one unnamed crew.
and the other things that we have unnamed that aren't on the list.
6, 7 unnamed guards.
And all of them are rank 0, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They've been added to the crew handouts as very clear and obvious unnamed.
They were not in the crew handout.
Okay, not the crew handout. The crew. The Raza crew subfolder.
There is no one unnamed in the Raza Crew subfolder.
I'm. Oh, I didn't
That
make
must
them
be hidden
visible
still.
to you guys.
Yeah, I don't see him either.
All right. That explains why you can't see them.
We got
That
him,
would
guys.
explain.
You got them. You were right. I was wrong. That's fine. I'm not going to fix that now.
Gaslighting failed.
Hmm He thought he knew, but he didn't.
I didn't.
Did we also pick up a medic?
Yes. You picked
Okay.
up 2 medics, 0 and a 1.
Okay, we got the medic, and then we got the technician, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good there. I was just making sure because, like, nothing, I couldn't see anything there.
Here, I'll make the medic and technicians visible to you guys.
But it was too late because we could see everything.
There you go. Now you should be able to see at least those.
Wait, so we only ended up picking up one crew for the Raza?
Yeah, you hired 6 crew, but sent 5 of them over to.
Oh no, I meant to hire 5 crew for the new ship and 6 new crew for the Raza.
Okay, then you've got 6 more. You've got 6 unnamed crew. I will add those in later.
That's fine.
I thought
Sorry
that the
for the
5
confusion.
from the MGF were just
No,
from the crew you hired.
No, I'm sorry. I made that I may have written it a bit confusingly. I meant from that thing for the Raza, it's the 2 4 2 5 1 1 1, and then 5 new crew for the.
Hey, maybe that's
MGF
your
crew.
password. 45211.
Yeah, could be.
Thanks, Andrew. I'll try that later.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to help.
Yep.
Go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Is Zoe spending some time playing with the infra stuff that she's working on?
Yeah, I mean, okay. How long does it take to get the gun up and running?
A few days.
Okay,
I can't remember
so
exactly what the thing is, but you guys have so much time between when you started and when you arrive that it will be finished by the time you arrive in SP9-1.
Okay, then yes. So first I get the gun running, working, and then I get the infra drive thing working, and then if I have time left over, I'll do ADA stuff. And I'm sorry that it's in that order, but that's the order that is most important to least important.
Okay. Is Zoe? Is she going to personally oversee the? Oh, there's only
Yes.
limited stuff that you can do to prepare the drives for upgrade to Drive 6 while you are in Metaspace.
Yeah, and that's so far away. I mean, I'm not exactly.
Yeah.
Presumably they're working on it while they're refueling and while we're looking at the next jump from
Yes.
Yeah.
Andiana Alley, but that's still only minor work.
So yeah, Zoe actually has time.
So much time on my hands.
So how is you said you wanted to do the ADA thing? How do you want to think like an ADA?
No, I'm doing the. Can you guys not hear me?
I thought you
hear
said the infra drive thing, not the
No.
infra world thing.
No, the scanner.
Okay.
Scanning for infra stuff.
Yep. Nope. I heard that. I just misheard it.
I'm inferencing stuff. Huh?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that
No,
was
it
a
doesn't
joke.
really work.
All right, see y'all Christmas then.
See ya.
I'm not gonna be here for Christmas.
Well, they're all I wanted for Christmas.
That's okay. We'll still got a little time left here. We'll see how much time Zoe takes up. So what is she doing to work on the increasing the detection range? How is she going about this?
I don't remember what I've already done. Hang on, let me scroll down here. Right. Like I was gonna work closely with my good friend Armstrong, who's good at scanning,
Okay.
to figure out, what sort of things, when you need to scan further, what do you do? Do you increase the power? Do you?
All right.
Armstrong, sit down. We're gonna have a meeting.
Yes, Zoe.
A meeting of the minds.
Where are you? Where are you doing this at?
In my office.
Okay. Armstrong is sitting across to the table from Zoe,
Mhm.
sitting bolt upright.
Of course.
What are we discussing, Zoe?
Scanners. Now I'm vaguely aware of them. I've used a couple, not to any great success. But you seem to be some sort of like savant, wizard. You seem really good with them.
Thank you, Zoe. I would simply say that I'm thorough.
Interesting. And I write something down on like a little notepad. Thorough, you say? And can
Armstrong
you
tries so hard not to move their head to look, but it's clear that they're straining their eye to try and see what is written.
Too bad. I notice her trying to notice, or them trying to notice, and I move the thing so that they can't see what I'm writing. Anyway, can you expand on that? In what ways are you thorough? What helps make for an excellent scam?
Armstrong gives Zoe a detailed mental checklist of what things that they go through when they're trying to learn everything that they can about a particular, subject, scan subject.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very thorough and it's very procedural, which with Armstrong isn't surprising anymore.
Yeah. All right. When they reach the end of that, I'm like, okay. But say none of that worked. What would you do next?
Uh, yeah, I'm sorry though, that will work,
Yeah, but if it doesn't,
but it will.
okay. Let me say it like this. There's a human on the planet. We need you to locate them. You do all this stuff. You don't find them. What would you do next?
Give me a wisdom notice check or charisma notice check this time.
Hey,
You've broken Bree's brain.
I have. They
Broke
completely
Bree's
they
brain.
fail to work at all anymore. Charisma notice. Oh wait, no, that's still
Actually,
wisdom
no,
notice.
surely there's a procedure for that.
Add 1 to that.
Is
5?
your charisma plus 0?
No, my charisma's +1.
You had
My
plus 2.
wisdom.
You had 2 to that then.
Okay.
Well, my wisdom's
Wait, no, your
+0.
wisdom's 0. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was -1.
Nope. No, I'm just really bad at wisdom.
That is not going to be anything to give Zoe any information.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to re-roll that?
Not really.
Okay. Armstrong kind of struggles a little bit to formulate a response.
Like, is there like recalibrated? So like I probably don't notice why she's struggling, but I notice that she is struggling.
Mhm.
Okay. So I would be like, would
Hey.
you increase power? Would you would you recalibrate the sensors? You know, what's some other things that you could try?
Yes, recalibrating the sensors would let you start over.
Would you invert the positrons to and then I do some technobabble that I can't think of right now, but Zoe could do.
And Armstrong replies, if you were looking for a Grulap in a spice field, that would work.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking for a Grulap in a spice field, Zoe? I can
Not
help you find one.
generally. Not generally. What I'm actually looking for is well, ghosts, pretty much. And I explained to her them. God damn it. Explain to them what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah, to anyone else, anywhere else, that would be a crazy person talking. But Armstrong has seen and experienced, well, not experienced, but has seen what this crew has done with Ghost, and has seen the modifications that Zoe has made. So,
Armstrong's literally run the InfraWorld
yes,
scanner. So
yep.
okay.
So, it it's tedious and difficult listening through how Armstrong works through this problem. To anyone who's more observant, it would be clear that Armstrong is struggling with the with trying to work outside the procedures.
Right. She read the manual and she knows everything. God damn it. They know everything in the
Yes.
manual. But
Yeah.
but they don't go away from the manual. They only
Yeah.
do what the manual said.
And,
Okay.
and
Well,
they've learned a few other tricks that aren't in the manual and kind of integrated that into their procedure. But even
they
though they've managed to do that,
they bought a copy of the manual and the inside cover of the first page is just completely filled with tiny writing.
yeah, basically
That would
they've made little modifications and they can proceed along that. But all those little modifications were stressful moments of this kind of agonizing trying to think outside the box like they're doing now.
right. Okay.
But they do get around to a point where they're thinking, and Zoe bouncing back on forth with Zoe gives Zoe some thoughts on how to increase the power of your infraspace detector, or increase the range of it, without just kind of blasting uh, the entire solar system with ghost antagonizing radiation.
Right.
All right.
Okay. Cool.
And I've thought about this in other moments as I've struggled with the they them for Armstrong. I'm personally really glad that I included that because it's helping. Oops, why is that blue? Come on. It's also helping me to just I don't know. The
Yeah. No.
struggles feel like they're
It's
practice.
better. Yeah. Better to have these struggles with somebody who doesn't give a shit than somebody who does.
Yes, exactly.
Hmm.
And made me aware of how much difficulty I have with it.
Yep. Okay. So that's my scene. That's what I'm doing.
Yep.
See, we finished before Christmas, you guys.
Yeah.
All
It only
right.
took 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm back. Did that actually ended?
Yes, it did.
No, it's still going.
I think you're so funny.
Don't worry. Only 2 more scenes like that.
Okay.
You guys are at the edge of Andiana Ayali. It is the 23rd of June, and you've got effectively 3 weeks before Union is supposed to arrive at SP9-1.
Hmm.
Are you tasking Jacques Starcross to make that jump?
Yes.
It's either him or me, so let's see if he can actually do it.
It is still only a difficulty of 8 for him.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything special to warn the crew or put the crew into any kind of alert mode?
I mean, yeah, I feel like before any jump, we'd be like, hey,
Well, particularly a jump. Look, this is a jump without any router, right?
Yeah.
Warning to all crew, uncharted jump imminent.
Yeah.
Please.
Even though, like, mechanically we know it's no more dangerous.
I feel like,
Presumably this would be a very dangerous jump
look, I feel like
in
we would have
ordinary circumstances.
locked everything down and been like, prepare for we would have prepared.
And I imagine Jock's like, "Oh, come on, guys, it's not that bad."
Wow.
Wow.
And let's get into Jai's mind specifically. This guy who says "wow" a lot is about to make a jump, an uncharted jump to a location that is previously unknown, and there's nothing Jai can do to help him.
Yeah. I have absolutely no idea how this man is functioning, and it makes me a little nervous.
All right, let's see how he does function.
Oh God.
He
We're
doesn't.
never coming back from this one. We're dead.
And he does not get rerolls because, yeah.
Yep. We're fucked.
Let's see how badly fucked that is.
We're not gonna get a chance to fuck with Union because we're gonna be dead.
Okay, 14 on the mishap table is just make another pilot check. It's not even any extra
Okay.
time.
Jesus. Okay.
So,
You imagine if you got there before. So.
Speaking of no reroll, I guess.
No.
So about midway through the drill,
He's like, oh, that's not supposed to be like that. Wait,
I-
what?
I assume Zoe's kind of keeping an eye on the trek through metaspace.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, not like,
Just maybe every once in a while looking over at the
yeah,
data.
I'd be checking in on a little bit.
Okay.
Not my job, but I'd be interested.
You know how they say that when you see a black cat cross twice, it's a glitch in the matrix?
Sure.
Zoe
changed
has
something?
seen the same set of data cross twice, and it's
Are we
happened
going in circles?
twice just while she's been looking at it. So the odds of her happening to look at just those two times are astronomically low.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll go up and talk to Jacques. Hey, hey, buddy, are we going in circles?
What? No, why would we be going in circles?
That's
That'd be
what I'm asking
silly.
you because we've been past this part already.
No, that's just that's following us.
Is that even a thing that happens?
Well, it depends on which manufacturer you get for your screens. There are some that kind of represent the metaspace currents and the hardships and the difficulties as monsters that are trying to come through metaspace. You know, like Cthulhu and shit.
Why would
Oh
you
my God.
design them like that?
Okay, so I make sure, like, I'm like, Jacques, you know that we're running the 5.3 system, right?
No, but look at this. Look here. And he brings up kind of a visualization, and it is literally just a visualization. It's not what's out there. It's just like how music turns into pictures, except it's turning metaspace and the multi-dimensional nature of metaspace into it's turning 4 and 5 and 6 dimensions into a three-dimensional representation, and it does kind of look like there's a trio of claws that have pierced through a wall in this make-believe tunnel that you're traveling and are starting to tear it open.
Yeah, so I switch it back to the version I was looking at, and I go, but look here, you can tell, through the numbers and the, he gets the 3D or the third dimensional whatever setup, and I'm like, no, but if you look at the raw numbers,
How would you ever pilot with that? What are you even looking at? I can't see that. Wow. You're so smart. And then he succeeds.
Jesus Christ.
Is there any... Alright. Note to self, maybe make some sort of drug that boosts pilot rolls for this stuff? Maybe an enhanced version of that stuff that just keeps you awake at all times while you're making a pilot check.
No, the
Like,
fact
that
that
would be
he's been
good.
awake this whole time is what caused this problem.
E.
Oh my God.
God.
You believe me, right? Those monsters are out there.
Really not, my
God.
dude.
They're scary. Wow.
How do you pilot with this shit? Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Well, it's easy. You just avoid the monsters, and then there's clouds sometimes, but other times there are rocks, and you don't want to run into the rocks, but the clouds are okay.
Right. So at this point, I'm fully assuming that this man, like, it pilots from sheer luck.
We may never know.
Look, I know what I'm doing. Wouldn't be named Jacques Starcross if I didn't know how to. What?
Um. Hello?
Yeah, yeah. I think just everyone went silent at once.
Okay.
It's just a thing that happens.
You guys arrive in SP 9-1. Let me take a moment to move myself over to that. All right. First of all, you do notice that yes, it is a black hole. This is the first in-character knowledge you've had of it being a black hole. There's nothing particularly special about it as a black hole. It's a little bit larger than average, but uh, not not notably so. Um, there is a planet. Hang on. Actually, why don't you give me 5 minutes? Let me
Okay.
get myself reacquainted with this location.
Do 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 do. The hills are alive with the sound of music.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, there are some things that I'm not willing to improv going forward, so I may need to cut today's session a little bit short. But what you can see from a distance from the transition zone already is, dang it, come on, give me on the right page here. Are what look like two large stations. I've made the distinction that ships, large space stations, I think I'm actually, yeah, all space stations, large and small, um, are visible. I'm sorry, large stations, not small stations, are visible from anywhere in the system. Um, as are capital ships. They're just large enough as long as there's any activity and they're not just dead floating hunks of metal to be detected from anywhere in the system. Planets also are detectable from anywhere in the system, and most moons are as well. There are no planets in orbit around this black hole, but there do appear to be 2 large research stations. Space stations.
Well, I guess the good news there is that if they're space stations, we probably don't need the planet-killing missiles to destroy them. But yeah, tell us more about these 2 space stations, Dex.
You'll have to get a little bit closer to learn more about them. Right now, it's just, hey, there's 2 objects that are currently active, and orbiting that black hole over there at a fair distance. You are not going to have to deal with time dilation.
Active. All right, Starcross, start taking us in.
Where are all the stars? And he starts bringing up other view screens. It's something that you could see on the screens that were showing you the stations, and you may have already noticed. This system has very, very sparse star fields in the background.
Edge
Is
of the
there-
universe?
Is there any debris out there that might be blocking it, or can we just like not see anything for some reason?
No, there's a couple stars that are appear to be shining through. It doesn't really look like there's any debris. It just looks like this solar system is somehow outside of a galactic core, which would make up most of the stars in the sky, and is also separated from the normal kind of clusters of galaxies that orbit each other throughout the universe. It's in one of those voids, most likely.
Yeah,
Or
'cause
it's so
remember-
far in the future that everything's dead. One or the other.
I mean,
the further you go in the future, the more bright it gets because space is expanding.
Because why?
Space is expanding. It's going to be a white death.
Oh, I thought that it would just be black because.
No, the reason it's black is because the stellar dust is blocking. The more spread out it gets, the more light gets through.
I had not seen anything about that. Interesting.
I did just totally make that up, so.
yeah, I
don't
was
think
going
we-
to
But
say
you all totally fucking believed me, so that's all.
know.
I
No.
didn't
Never
really.
again, Arch. Never again.
no. I was skeptical. Come on.
I was like, I've watched several videos on the heat death of the universe and the eventual expansion of the universe. None of them gave me a white Christmas.
Oh Lord, yeah. Don't listen to fucking Xander.
Why not? I speak with authority.
Yes, you do, and that's why we believed your lies.
Mm. Okay.
Hilarious.
No, it's time travel shouldn't be the first thing that's crossing minds. So, likely it's just in a void.
Or it's in a nebula.
Or nebulous void.
Or a nebulous void. Yeah.
But either
You know,
way,
when you're right, you're right.
Starfield is very sparse out there.
Cool.
Is it less sparse if we look back behind us
Nope,
in the direction we came from?
it is sparse
Well-
in all directions.
It's not man, travel in this setting is actually really weird, like that.
Mhm.
That sector does not need to be in the same galaxy.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's
Jesus. Yeah, me too.
primer
I was
on
like, what?
metaspace. You travel 2 hexes in metaspace, and that could have been anywhere from 10 light years to 10 trillion light years.
Right. We might be in a wait. Or is it actually possible to be in a fucking different galaxy? Because 10 trillion light years is like
You
actually
mean different universe?
yeah. 10 trillion light years is
It's a real big
Metaspace don't-
number. It's hard to wrap your
Metaspace
mind
don't-
around.
Metaspace don't care.
Yeah, I
That
think
is,
the
like,
observable
alright,
universe
so
is in the hundreds of billions, if I remember right.
Alright.
So basically, we done
40,
gone real far.
46.5 billion.
Okay.
Okay, so we're not in Kansas anymore. I literally say that. Nobody gets the reference though.
Fucks to Kansas.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that the thing that was? I thought you didn't believe in that thing.
What?
The monster that was climbing out of into the tunnel.
That is a computer representation, my dude.
Exactly. A computer representation of the
right.
monster.
Jacques,
Yeah.
bring up the Starfield charts again. Let me see if I can get an idea of where we actually are.
Okay. He brings up the Starfield charts.
Can I make like a no roll to make like an educated guess on our location based on those things?
If he brings up the star charts, I flip the switch to change them so that they actually look like real star charts and not like weird fucking 3D representations of Cthulhu.
yeah, he's got a not to scale Aristotle model.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's all fucking shadows on a cave nonsense.
Mm,
Um,
but yeah, I don't know if that's something I can do or not.
I think it isn't without years of study to actually map them. If
Okay.
you find that information at one of these stations, then I'll let you roll it. But
Okay.
it's not something you can do just by looking at what's out there right now.
All right. So, but my best guess right now is I think all sectors are still in the Milky Way, aren't they?
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Oh, they aren't? Okay.
There
Never mind then.
is no restriction on where they are.
Okay.
They could be another universe.
All right.
Imagine
Huh.
that every time we go through metaspace, we end up in a different dimension. I mean, it's basically, it might as well be.
Oh no, that was There's actually a book that I've read that's basically their faster than light travel.
Yeah,
They end up in a different universe that's very similar. Well, probabilistically, they end up in one that's very similar to their own.
hmm
Yeah, there's actually a small little short video, a short movie on that. I'll link it later. Not star
It's like-
travel, but it's time travel.
But it's like
Let's-
it's almost always going to be one, like, realistically, you'll never get one that's significantly different than your original universe in any way.
It's still strange
But-
that there are two stations out here in the middle of effectively nowhere around a single black hole,
yeah.
especially as
Uh,
large as they are.
Which station is closer to the black hole?
And with all those metaspatial monsters around it,
Oh my god.
Shut up.
look, it's convincing. It's a very convincing representation.
Right? Wow.
No.
Those things got in?
No, listen. I'm putting a stop to this. You are all forbidden from discussing metaspace monsters while I am on the bridge.
But who wants to talk about infraspace monsters?
No. Jacques, bring us closer to the stations. I want a better read on what's going on there.
with your sword?
You asked if either of them were closer to the black hole, and neither.
Yeah.
They're both keeping a similar orbit.
Okay.
Um. Trying to think if. Okay. Yeah, you start moving towards the black hole, plotting a course for the nearer of the two stations,
Hmm.
and as you get closer, it's taking you a little bit longer than it normally does. And well, yeah, I'm not going to deal with that. It takes you 6 hours to traverse from one region to another. Period.
Mhm.
Divided by 16 hours. Um, and about 3 or 4 hours away from the station that Jacques settled on approaching, he calls Zoe and Jai into the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I
What's
know
up,
you.
dude?
What's up? I know you said no talking about space monsters, but what
But it's
else
gonna
you
do it
think
anyway.
does that? And he's pointing at what looks like a debris field in the orbit of the other stations. Um,
In orbit around them, or in the same orbit they're in?
in the same orbit that they're in, it doesn't
Okay.
appear to. Oh yeah, it would be near them as well. It looks from initial estimations of it like
Hmm.
something got destroyed in that orbit, but wasn't explosively destroyed to where it sent stuff flying all over the place. It just kind of, was destroyed and fell apart.
Okay. Another
Interesting.
station, maybe?
Definitely looks like it could be another station. Um, Want to roll
Or
a quick int fix
ships or
for
something.
me?
Sure. Boop, 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 boop. Shazam.
Okay. Yeah, Zoe is able to zoom in on some of the pieces and uh, point out parts that look like they're from a another station. And based on the amount of parts, their kind of drift. It looks like it was a station that was at one point near enough to the station that you're traveling towards that it would be close to, but just outside of combat range of the station. Um,
I'm not sure what you mean by that. So like it was outside of range for the station to attack it if the station attacked it.
yeah, I'm just using that as kind of a distance measurement. I think it would probably be clearer for me to say that it was in orbit within about 100,000 kilometers of the other station, which is
Okay.
very, very close for two space stations.
Yeah, it's a little unusual. And how close is this station to the other space station?
They are uh, really far apart. They're nearly a third of the orbit away from each other.
Okay. So the other two are basically sister stations, but this one's separated more.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
It is unusual for them to build that close. Not sure why they would. Not much advantage to it.
Or is there?
Oh,
No, I have no idea. It looks cool.
actually, could I make a no check to hazard a guess to why someone would want to build that close?
I'm sorry, there's nobody left in the sector who knows that information.
Oh, I mean, like, in general.
Yeah, I know.
Well, like,
He doesn't. He
no,
doesn't
like,
want to ask the universe. He wants to ask his own mind.
Yes. Go ahead and
hazard a guess.
go ahead and roll, remembering that no is more academic knowledge.
Yeah.
It might be more relevant to.
I
Ooh.
can make a different check if you'd want. Oh, I'm sorry, that was with a 1. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead and reroll your 1 while you're at it. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
So you're trying to figure out logistical knowledge, logistical information. Why would 2 space stations be built so near to each other?
Yeah.
There's a variety of reasons, and what I'll let your no check do is let us focus in on a more a more excuse me present reason, a more obvious reason for this one. And what your 12 gets you is that there's some kind of there was likely some military strategic value to it.
Hmm.
And with that, someone else with any kind of either military background or skill in starship space combat could roll a check for more specific information in that vein.
Hmm.
I don't think anyone here has a background in space combat. We lost all of our combat-focused people.
You did.
Yeah, because for a while there we weren't doing any combat.
Now, will
Now is when they would shine.
my Delta Rain experience come in handy?
You know what? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, what is it? Roll or
Gonna be
'cause
admin though for that.
I mean, oh gosh, no, not admin. Oh no,
Right, I know.
intelligence.
Mhm.
I mean, I was perfectly willing to roll a no check. Actually, still would have been a 9.
So
no.
with the combination of Jai supposing different reasons for this kind of setup, and Nemesis's experience in Delta Rain, which is surprisingly realistic in many senses. Um,
Not so much in others, but okay.
Not so much in others. Um,
Not the
and
biological
given the
part.
events that you've reconstructed already, you're beginning to suspect that the station that is still operational is a kill station, a defensive station that is designed to operate security for a closely traveling other station, and if need be, destroy it.
Yeah, so it's basically a weapons platform.
So we think the other station might have actually gotten destroyed by the station that's still there?
Yes.
Uh,
If that is the case, which is looking very likely, the fact that it's 100,000 kilometers away instead of 10 to 20,000 kilometers, which is your normal combat range, um, suggests that either there's been considerable drift or that it has considerably advanced weapons.
I mean, or it's a station that's a stationary target. It's in the name.
I guess it could just use it. It could just fire like a kinetic weapon that would travel
Or-
that distance without actually being too much of an issue.
Sure.
Or missiles.
Mhm.
But anyway. Anyways,
Missiles seem less likely because of the debris scatter. Missiles would have exploded things a little bit more.
oh, that's true.
Well, either way, That's a little worrying. Why would they set up a station specifically to destroy the other station?
I mean, I think if anyone would get that, it would be you.
One other detail that comes to light is the other station isn't fully destroyed. There's not enough debris for a full station, unless a lot of it got scattered out by something. But with your combined knowledge, that doesn't appear to be the case. So that other station, at least parts of it, are still out there.
Just we can't see it anywhere.
You can't because it's not. Well, it's not large enough to register from anywhere in the system, and it's
Okay.
also, if it got destroyed, not active.
Right.
It would be easy to find though. You've got a trail.
Yeah. Get Armstrong up here. I want them running regular scans of this area. Make sure that if we can pick it up without getting near to that other station, we can. And I want them to scan the station we're getting near to ASAP as well.
Armstrong arrives moments later, maybe minutes
Why
later.
is Armstrong not on the bridge? What was Armstrong doing?
Armstrong was sleeping.
Probably off duty.
Need to sleep sometimes.
Nope. I fail to see that ever happening.
Armstrong arrives as pristine in uniform and grooming as ever. Armstrong was off shift, but here they are, minutes later, as if they'd spent 10
Here
minutes
they
in
are.
a regular habitual grooming routine. Yeah. They enter, look about, salute. Sir?
Take your station.
Yes, sir. And Armstrong goes to their station. Swivels in their chair. Looks at you. All of you. What am I looking for?
Want
Love.
In all the wrong places.
Yeah. No. First of all, I want a scan of the nearby station. See if you can get any clues as to whether it's still operational, and if so, what it's operational for. Any details you can gather for it would be appreciated. After that, I want you running regular scans to try to pick up the origin of the debris still in orbit near the other station, and see if you can find whatever larger portion of it that might be left, if it's still remaining and hasn't fallen into the black hole at some point between now and whenever it was first destroyed.
Yes, sir. Armstrong gets to work, and only a minute later, sir, the station that we're approaching is still too far for any good readings.
Understood. Jack, bring us in closer.
I look at Armstrong and I mouth, "Go through. Open your mind." I'm like, "Open your mind. Look in the box. Outside the box." I'm like encouraging them, but like quietly.
They cast a doubtful glance at Zoe and turn to try and do something else.
Keep bringing us in closer, Jack, and be prepared to take evasive actions if needed.
Arch, go ahead and roll me a skill check for Armstrong. They do not get their +1 bonus on this.
Oh, because they're not following the rules.
Yeah, I think we try to teach the wrong person to think outside the box. We just need to, anyways.
All right, hold on. Why is this not working? It's like shift click or something, right?
Should just be click.
Oh yeah, if you're in the handout list, it'll just be click. The shift
Huh.
double click is only if you got the token in front of you.
Interesting. Oh, yeah, I was also clicking on the wrong person. Helps if you remember your characters' names.
All right.
Oh yeah, see, I'm teaching her to think outside them to teach outside the box. Booyah.
Suppose all of this can go. Oh, I can put you on the Raza, which needs an update now that you've moved people around.
Eh.
I'll do that later. Um, Armstrong, pardon me, is able to answer one question that you have from the regular scanning list. Or any question you have, I guess, because remember, they don't have to be those questions. But
Why? But why?
Okay, no. What was the scanning list again? Where is that? I always forget where that is.
Yep, I'm bringing it up for you. It's under rules.
Okay.
Before you ask a question, let's go ahead and see what they have on the other data. Hull type you already know is a large ship.
Right.
They are able to get the registered ID code, which is Chang'e 7.
Is that Korean?
It's Chinese.
Oh,
Chang'e. That's
Yes.
the goddess of the moon.
Yes, it
Gotcha.
is.
Okay. Not trying to be racist, just don't know.
I'm
What?
not sure why I actually know that information, but
Neither am
I know
I.
from Smite.
Way to blow my surprises, Lulu, with your weird knowledge.
I mean,
He
have you
just
played Smite?
he just succeeded his Oh yeah, there you go. He just
I just
succeeded his
succeeded
knowledge
my
roll.
real life no roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Done.
a-
You can learn.
It's
You
a
might
fairly
learn video
major
games.
goddess, so I'd be surprised if it wasn't if they weren't included in many
Yeah,
games.
they've named some recent or the Chinese Space Agency has named some recent projects
Oh,
after
yeah.
Oh
it.
yeah,
So.
there you go. Yeah,
Oh,
that
There's
makes
okay.
that
sense.
too.
Well, yeah, because they just sent something to the moon, didn't they?
Oh,
They've been
that's
sending
where
a
I've
few
seen
things.
it
I'm
too. Yeah, you're right.
probably.
What a bunch of fucking nerds in this group.
Let's see.
Nerds.
What else?
I did
She's
name that
associated
station.
with the lunar rabbits, I guess.
I did name the station well before any recent Chinese moon exploration.
Uh-huh. Okay, but it's not the known Korean people that we have in our
It's not.
No,
in our
it's Chinese.
whatever already, but it's Chinese. Okay.
Um, and it is identified in its ident hash as a military defensive station.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
So obvious weapons is not a question we need to ask about, but so that is not the scan question. I guess that's just information we'd already get,
This
right?
is information that that Armstrong forgot their name for a second. That Armstrong is getting before you're actually in range to do normal scanning. This is a bonus round. Once you're in normal range, I'll give you the obvious weaponry and damage. Unless that's the question that you want to ask of the special scan.
Special
What do
scan,
you guys
special
think?
Scan. What are they feeding you? Yeah.
You know what? Actually,
We already can suspect it's got pretty good weaponry. I don't know if that tells us anything.
Let's go ahead and ask. Does anything look odd about the ship's readings?
Does anything look odd about the ship's readings?
Are there any people on it? Is what I would like to know.
You know what? That's That's actually a good point. Are there actually signs of life on it? Or signs of life or signs of activity, rather?
Yeah, is it reacting to us? Is it what's happening here?
Okay. Those are two different things that I would want answered with different questions. So, is it
Signs
reacting
of
Yeah.
to you? Is
activity.
different. Signs of
Signs of
activity?
activity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Armstrong is able to pull out what look like little data snippets, little snippets from the data that they're collecting, which they say, and Nemesis can kind of can see this once they've pointed it out, look like brief communication bursts. Um, they're way too distant to try and make any of it out or get the actual a more specific origin and destination of the communication bursts. Plus, they're encrypted. But the relevant part to this is they note that those bursts have they spiked as you were getting closer, um, and then have been they were sporadic before, then they spiked as you're getting closer, and now they're at a kind of consistent buzz. Armstrong believes that the station is watching you. Like it's very specifically it's pinpointed you, and it is watching you with passive sensors.
All right.
Mm.
Like I said, then, like I said, then, Starcross, keep taking us in. Be prepared to make evasive maneuvers.
Okay. Are you sure that's a good idea, Captain?
Do it.
Seems dangerous.
Do it.
Wow.
Do it.
Okay. He continues his approach to Chang'e, and Armstrong triggers a bridge only. So they're not triggering a ship-wide alert, but they do trigger a bridge yellow alert. Captain, weapons powering up. And why don't we go ahead and call that a session?
Yeah.